$1 million, but when you climax,
Oh, God.
Whoa.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
you barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's
okay.
do it right now.
What?
Let's use this scenario.
Go ahead.
Let's do it right
And
now.
Die Hard started a
I
trend.
hate Speed 2.
Why?
That's pretty
It's
bad.
horrible.
It's kind of like, it's more of a watch it because it's laughably bad.
Yes.
There are a few parts that I thought Sandra Bullock was pretty funny.
I'm sorry, but
When she cuts-
she's a great actress, but she sucks in that movie.
She cuts open the door with the chainsaw and she's like revving it. Can you guys get out?
If you back up with the saw,
What?
if you back up with the saw, we'll give it a try.
It's so bad.
It is very bad writing. It is very bad.
Bad.
But I always thought of it as more of an action type than a funny movie, and it turns out this, like, as an adult watching it, it's a terrible film.
It's horrible.
That was a great
That's great.
quote by
Yeah.
you, John.
I can quote Speed too.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Garfield and Friends from Fickle
Oh,
Fanboys.
Now, which one?
The second one, not the
Yes.
first one.
This one.
Times a hit.
Yeah, I hate that one.
It doesn't matter. That's
Well,
just an
yes,
image.
but there are two
There's
actual
two-
songs.
there's two of them.
Oh,
The
well,
second
that's what they.
one,
That's he sent me a picture.
Ready,
Ready
Ready.
two,
to
party!
We're ready
to party.
We're ready.
Dun, dun,
I hope you bring lots of spaghetti.
dun, dun.
Come on down to Garfield and Friends. Come on in. It's time to party with Garfield,
Garfield
and
and
Friends.
Friends.
And then I think there's another
I
verse.
love how we all know that one.
I think there's another verse.
There
in it.
is. There's a little bit more to it.
Oh my God, I'm like tearing up
I
here.
just got a
Good one.
Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh shoot! You okay?
You're gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give me
horse?
time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't
Out. Do it.
move.
Put your
Oh shoot!
Ah! Put it out. Now flex your foot up like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there.
Give me your
Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay.
Let's do some
I'm doing some friggin' Christmas trivia. Welcome back to the PTOUnlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
Alex.
This is episode 292. That is a palindrome.
It is. And
You're a palindrome.
Oh no,
Whoa.
no. I'm gonna start off with a little bit of a fun fact of the day. 29 years ago today, Beavis and Butthead premiered on MTV
Holy shit.
in
Back when
'93.
MTV
Really?
mattered.
Mm-hmm. Did you not Mike Judge voice both of them?
No.
Yeah, he voices both Beavis and Butthead.
That's
and,
hilarious.
you know,
So he
wrote
goes
and-
back and forth going.
Yeah.
God, that's got to be annoying on the throat.
They will be brought back for a third time,
Oh, yeah.
and a movie's coming out this summer.
Yeah.
Beavis and
was-
Butthead do the universe.
I was never
Woohoo!
really a fan.
I am.
No,
No,
I
you
like
weren't.
just
You didn't watch it.
wasn't my thing.
You never watched the movie.
I don't know.
God, the movie is
No.
freaking hilarious.
It is.
It's so good. I
Um,
think it stands up today too. Like it holds up.
I have a confession to make about Beavis and Butthead.
You don't like it either.
No, I love it.
No, Josh likes it.
But,
We watch it together.
As a kid, I was not allowed to watch it.
I
But it doesn't mean I didn't watch it. Let me get
I'm
in.
pretty sure we were allowed to watch it.
So this came out in '96.
We were allowed to watch for the longest time. My parents wouldn't let us watch the other one, the cartoon.
South Park.
South Park.
Nope,
The
Family Guy?
Simpsons?
nope. It's around Beavis and Butthead. MTV.
Daria?
No, it's
Ren
the
and
cat
Stimpy?
and the Chihuahua.
Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, he
that
said
was
that.
on Nickelodeon, not MTV.
Yeah.
I thought they also. Oh, maybe I was wrong.
Okay.
But either
so-
way, I couldn't watch it for
I
like, the
wasn't.
longest
My
time.
parents didn't want me. I don't know if they actually said I
Well,
wasn't
they
allowed
were.
to.
You were, yeah.
They
I
didn't
mean,
want me to watch The Simpsons.
Well, I mean, The Simpsons is pretty dopey, but I wouldn't say it's the worst thing on TV. It's definitely not awful. I'll tell you that. But for my older sister's 13th birthday, she rented Beavis and Butthead Do America with her friends for a 5-day rental. Now that thing sat in her room for 5 days. Of course, I snuck in and watched it. Me and my brother did, which that became my whole life that year. And
Did they not watch it?
Oh, they did.
Oh, okay.
But it was a 5-day rental. You kept that thing
Sure.
for as long as, especially when you don't want to go back to the grocery store as often as, it used to be a certain amount of days you rented things, kids.
Right.
So the cornholio thing was my thing.
It was
Like
your
it
thing.
was like I did it all the time. I went to a private school. I'm gonna get into a lot of trouble, but here we go. I'm gonna tell the story.
Story time.
So we had chapel every Wednesday morning. Now, when a service ends for most Lutherans, the priest will put up both of his hands to bless the crowd.
No, Josh. I already know where this is going.
One time, I did the cornholio thing, and the younger kids saw me do it. I got in trouble, but the kids never stopped.
You were a bad
That was
influence.
an issue for a while. I was a very bad influence.
You were a bad
Yes.
influence. Who'd you get in trouble by?
Of course, my teacher.
I know.
He just like, stop it.
Did your parents?
I don't know if they found out. But
Well,
my
they
younger
do now,
cousin
man.
looked up to me, and we...
Zach?
Yes.
Really?
He's the one that did it.
We have to contact Zach and see if he remembers doing
I wonder
that.
if he does. I don't know. But yeah, seriously, Beavis and Butthead was a staple of my childhood. So much that it became a thing for like ever for me.
Really?
I don't know why. And of course, as the kids were always doing the ha kind of laugh that
Yes.
they were doing.
That's
So
hilarious.
so stupid.
Yeah.
How's your week, Brett?
It's good.
Yeah, working good.
Yep.
Yeah. Ours was pretty wild. I don't know if you have anything you want to say about yours, but we have a concert to talk about.
Go ahead.
Alex and I had quite a day on Sunday. First of all, we weren't certain if we were going to get in because Alex's sister won the passes. We were going to buy them anyway,
Yeah,
but
so
she
it was
won
just
them.
like I was like, if they would have said we can't do it, then I would have just forked over the money we were gonna spend anyway.
Yeah. So
So we were saving up for it, and I was gonna buy them, and it was like the day that I was gonna buy the VIP passes, like the upgrade to our tickets that we already had.
did you just take your sock off?
I did. My feet are sweaty. So the day that I was gonna push buy, I saw that they were doing a contest, like tag so many friends, share this post for free VIPs or whatever. So I did it. My sister did it. I had Josh do it, just to see. And I probably there were so many different contests, and I did that. Well, my sister actually ended up winning because she shared it. So luckily she called me up and said, hey, I won those VIP things, and it was nice enough to fork them over. And I was like, hey, well, that's $170 I don't got to spend. Thank you. And I could put that towards neutering my dog.
Yeah.
So,
Dixon needs it.
but yeah. So, anyways, am I just like saying what's?
Yeah.
So we
saw
went
a few
up.
bands.
We saw a few bands. The main band that we went to go see is like kind of been my current favorite band for a few years now, called
Right.
From Ashes to New.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't checked them out yet, you probably should because they're awesome.
They're pretty awesome.
Very comparable to like a Linkin Park kind of sounding. But yeah, so anyways, everything was fine. Walked right in, didn't have any trouble getting the VIPs or anything like that. The VIP that we went to, we actually saw them in August. We talked about it probably on the podcast then. But we saw them in August, and there was still a lot of COVID protocols where basically the VIP was us walking in. They were up on the stage doing sound check, and we had this big barricade in front of them. And they're like, guys, as much as we'd like to come down and high five and do all this, like, this is your VIP experience. Like, we just
This one we waited outside forever.
This one we got
it was
to,
cold.
Oh my God, it was so cold. Yeah, but we got to wait out. We had to wait outside. Then they brought us in. Brett, did you know this is the old strip club down the street? The male strip club.
I did not know.
Yeah,
right on Lake.
The one
Lake
on.
in Collis.
Yeah, they they turned it into a concert hall that just opened. So there's still stripper poles in there.
So
One of the main guys was like, oh, would you look at that? It's a stripper pole. And then by the time like people got on stage, like, so we heard this place used to be a strip club. So it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyways, we get in there, they walk us right up top, say there's like a pool lounge and a balcony and stuff and a little bar, and they're like, all right, well, you guys just like hang out and make yourselves comfortable, I'll go get the guys. And I was like, all right. And I'd seen this is only like their third show into their tour. This is their first headlining tour.
Yeah.
And which is kind of a big deal.
It is.
And so we get upstairs, and I've been checking their Instagram, and I've been like, man, I wonder if we're actually going to get to be in and take pictures with them. And the last couple, there were only 2 posts, but it was basically what you're seeing up on the screen now, which is just people standing in front of them, posing. So I was like, okay, well, even if we get to do that, that's awesome.
Right.
But then they came out and they went down. They were all in a line, and we all went down. They were high-fiving us and like giving us fist bumps, and I was like, holy shit, we actually get to like touch them.
Yeah.
You know, it's real. It's a real thing. I know that sounds weird, but like like that's kind of like the experience. You get to be all like personable with them.
It was very
it was
nice.
like the best VIP. This is exactly what a VIP experience is supposed to be. Like, they walked out, they greeted us, they had some fun, and then they're like, all right, question and answer time. You guys have like any questions? And when we went down the line, we talked to them for like probably 30-40 minutes, it seemed like. And I personally got to like tell them exactly how I felt about them. I was like, hey, you guys are, you know, I was really attached to Chester Bennington I've been listening to you guys beforehand, but you guys had released this album Panic, and it really kind of got to me, and it got me back into music, and it's a big deal. And they you know, they came out, all of them were like, oh my gosh, thank you, that means a lot, blah blah blah. And I just kind of reasserted, hey, this is kind of a big deal. And then we all got in line after question and answer time. We got in line, and we had to play beer pong against them.
It was kind of dumb.
It was yeah. So they posted today. They said so far every venue has had some sort of beer pong table. So like, well, I think we're just gonna make this a thing.
Okay.
So it was just not like necessarily beer pong. It was water pong, but you had to take like a shot, and if you made it, you got a free shot on that.
And a guitar pick.
And a guitar pick. Yeah.
Which,
so it was just whatever.
You know.
We've got plenty of them already.
Yeah.
So anyways, I didn't really care too much about the shot, but afterwards, so I saw all these people walking up, and they were just kind of, hey, what's up? They would get a fist bump or something, and they would just stand and, you know, say cheese and walk over, get their merch, and leave. And I was like, all right, you know what? What's the worst could happen? I'm going to ask if I could just have like a group hug. So I didn't want to just go up and hug one person. I was like, can I just get a group hug? And so I walked up, Josh got it all on video, and I was like, can I get a group hug? And they're like, hell yeah, bring it in. I was like, oh yeah, this is like greatest moment of my fucking life. I got like
rock stars hanging around.
Rock stars like right in the middle there. Like, you can't see Matt's face, but like I have kind of my 2 favorites right over me. So I was just like you could see it in my face. I'm cheesing out quite a bit. And then we got to like take a picture and whatnot. So the one thing that was weird is so my sister won the VIP, right? So we're walking over.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
yep.
This is weird. I still don't know. I should probably actually just text them and be like, how'd you know it was me? Because they've been really responsive to me on social media post concert. So but anyway, so I take the picture, I walk over to the pool table that's next to us, grab like my poster, my free stuff, and he's like, hey, you know, that person must really like you for giving that to you or something. And I was like, what? And I didn't realize he was talking to me, and it was like
I said it was her sister.
And I was like, oh, that was my sister. And he's like, oh. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, I told everybody to like, you know, I was like, we were gonna get him anyway, but we won. He's like, oh yeah, that's really great. And as we're walking down, Josh is like, wait, how did he know you were the winner? Because we all had the same badges. Like, there was no like VIP, like all the VIPs were the same. It was just I got him for free. That was all.
How did they know it was
like how'd they know it was me personally? Like, I didn't have a name tag on, and I was like, so the only thing I could think of is that I at these guys on Twitter, Facebook, I comment daily on their posts, so I don't know if maybe they just saw my profile picture enough that they're like, hey, this girl's gonna be there. And it's probably her, but they like somehow freaking knew it was me and out of all the people. And I was like, well, that's pretty damn cool.
You didn't realize that.
And I didn't realize it. So then we get down, we have to go out, re-enter the building afterwards.
Right.
So we get there, we get in front of the stage. This venue is so personable. Like, there is no barricade. I could have grabbed them at any time and pulled them off the stage if I wanted to. Like, the stage, like, they could have stepped on our fingers. Yeah. Like, we were at the stage. There's no barricade. So the cool thing about it, like, we saw a couple other bands. I'm not going to get into it. I don't remember who all we even saw, because honestly, they weren't, I don't want to say good enough, but they weren't
They didn't. They weren't very memorable.
They weren't very
There's a few
memorable
of them.
to me.
Kingdom
like
Collapse was good.
They were
Yes.
the European band.
No, that's Blind Channel.
Blind Channel. I really like Blind Channel.
I like the one before them.
Okay, well, either one. Both of those were really good, but
Far From the Gods
one
is
from
alright.
Europe.
By the
Europe was really good.
by the time Fire from the Gods got on, I was like, I'm
just ready for
tired
Ashes
of
to do it
sit-
again
I
because
want to have my energy for.
well,
the
there
people I
was
know.
that. I was saving my energy for the last band,
Yeah.
obviously, and
God, I'm
on top of that, we spent the whole concert doing this.
Just up. Like
Looking
you ever been in the front row
straight
of the
up.
theater? It's exactly like that.
Worse.
The reason why there's a barricade, not only is it protection from the band, from the audience, it's protection from your body, because my neck is in so
Dude,
much
my
pain.
neck hurts. Like just doing this, like my neck's like, oh,
I'm
don't do
like,
that,
no,
don't do that. I
I
spent like 6 hours looking up.
Yeah, it's real bad.
It was still like it was great for the people that we wanted to see though, because they were
Yes.
literally standing on top of us jamming. So that was like the best way to experience a concert ever.
You got
so-
your moment. Yeah.
So, oh yeah, I got my moment. So what a lot of people don't know is that, and I might have shared it on the podcast before when Chester died, but like my all-time long life goal, bucket list thing was to basically get exactly the VIP experience, and I just got with From Ashes to do, where
Right.
I got to personally tell them, hey, I love your music, you guys are awesome, you have an influence on my life, have them recognize me, as well as getting a hug. And then the biggest thing that was on my bucket list with Chester was to stand front and center at the stage and then have him personally leaning over, screaming in my face, singing to me. And I got that with Danny and Matt both times, looking at me, leaning down and singing into my face. And I was just like, completely starstruck, and I was like, I cannot believe this is happening.
It's pretty awesome.
Out of everybody in the freaking crowd. So that happened. But as soon as they not just that, but we got so much recognition that as soon as they even got on the stage, like Lance, he's the guitarist, the guy with the blue hair in that picture. Lance like walks right up to his spot on the stage, sees us, bends over, he's like, hey, it's you guys, and like, you know, gave us a high five. He's like, hey, what's up, guys? And then he fist bumps Josh, and then he puts his finger out like this to me, like pointing, and I was like, and he was like this. So we just kind of like touched fingers. He's like, yeah, that's what I wanted.
Touch the tip.
Yeah, he's just kind of a funny guy. He's a huge nerd too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the concert was really great. We got so many fist bumps, so many high fives, so much like attention. I've got a couple videos of them leaning down in my camera, like singing into my camera, and then the night just kept getting better and better. And then Josh is gonna pull this up in a second, but like the best part of the night, it meant so much to me, is that Danny, the one of the lead singers, who's like, I don't want to say my favorite, but like he's kind of my thing right now. So he walks up. Everybody, all the bands, they all get a set list on the stage, like so they know where they're at and their
what they're singing,
what they're doing.
Yep.
So Danny, he actually goes over, grabs his, and just makes a beeline straight to me, like in the audience, points at me, and hands me the set list. And I was like, oh man, that's awesome. Little did I know, we get home and we get in the shower, and Josh and I are just kind of reminiscing already about what's going on. And Josh goes, man, I'm surprised that you're not like, you know, emotional or something. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, you know what Danny said to you when he handed you the set list. I'm like, he said something to me? Because I had earplugs in, so I couldn't hear anything.
We both did, yeah.
I just kind of like, because I was looking up so long, he bent down on the stage and handed it to me, and I just looked at the set list, and I was like, oh, thank you. And then he had walked away and like kind of waved at me and walked away.
Yeah.
Well, apparently he pointed at me and said, hey, this is for you, and like actually like talked to me and like said, hey, this is for you.
He did.
And I was like, oh my god. And then I started crying a little bit because I got really emotional. So just to like try it, I was like, you know, I feel like I just need to reach out to him. So I sent him a Snapchat, bawling kind of, and I was like, hey, thank you guys for such an amazing night. It was like the most fun I've had in years. It's exactly what I wanted. Thank you guys so much. And within like 5 minutes, I already got a response back from saying like, hey, great, we love you, blah, blah, blah. I was like, ah! So yeah, it was absolutely amazing. So yeah,
It was a good
it was such, I needed it. I really needed that.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Let
The
it-
group
let it-
hug, I'm freaking framing that shit. It's going up. I'm blowing it up somewhere. I look at that all the time, and all I'm seeing is like the
Cheesing out.
biggest smile I've had in years.
Yeah. Oh
yeah,
man,
there we go.
So, and I'm still worn out from it. I'm in pain.
I'm still worn out.
Do you think concerts should have quiet places?
No.
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 Well,
What about people who have
Go
anxiety attacks?
outside. Go outside.
The claustrophobia that I experience is not isolated to being in big crowds. It's when it's so loud that I can't think. That adds to it.
That's
So
what earplugs are
that's
for.
why I
Did you-
won't go.
Did you when did you stop going to like loud bars?
Boy, I don't know.
10 years
10
ago?
years ago?
Probably
at this point.
Probably
Well,
pretty close.
when we would ever go out, you would. That's about the only time you would do that. Then, but other than that, I like going to a quiet bar. I'll be honest, But there's just times when you got to be loud.
Oh, I forgot Lance sang to me too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Lance was on the guitar like in front of me, and he was like pointing at me and making like little things. He's like, hey.
So, playing and watching. Move on to that. We got a few things to move into here. Are you playing anything new? Anything different?
Just Super Mega Baseball 3. I finally did drill a couple pitchers.
Did you get it on video?
Oh, sweet.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
But I am not. I don't like it as much as I like to.
Why?
Okay.
I don't know. It's just
Animation?
They've moved more towards a actual baseball simulator versus an arcade, and that's what I
No.
liked about 2 is it was a complete arcade setup.
Right.
So I feel the mechanics are a little more tuned into what a real baseball is like, and
Yeah.
I don't know that much about real baseball, and I don't want to. That's why I don't play MLB The Show, even though it's on Game Pass.
Yeah, both of them. Both years.
It was fine, but it's not what I want in a baseball game.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. We're back on Destiny 2.
Oh yeah. Okay, so all right, I was gonna like text the group, like our squad, and I was gonna just completely say, all right, fuck you guys, just to see what you guys were gonna say in response, and then I was gonna be like, I can't stop thinking about Destiny, and I just want to go home and play Destiny.
You want to play Destiny now?
Like last night, we didn't have the show.
Yeah.
And Josh and I got online with Patrick and played Destiny, and I probably stayed up a lot longer than I should have. And I'm like, oh damn, this is toxic.
Brett, when you left our party, we stayed on for at least another half hour, at least, maybe even longer.
I think we got off like
And you had
1:30.
to
It was
get
like
up early.
It was like
didn't
1:30.
She did,
I have to
yeah.
work at 7, man. And I was just like, Josh probably told me.
We're
Like
playing tonight?
Patrick had already even gotten off, and we were just in the tower, like at the basically just like the. What do you want to call the tower?
Tower.
Like
The tower.
I know, but we were at
It's
like
it's the hub.
it's just like the hub where you
Yeah.
go and you get your things and you
And you
put
can
in your
literally just mess
shaders and you
around.
can fuck around in there. Like
Yeah.
I think Josh and I've said this before, when we started playing Destiny back in the day, we could spend hours in the tower just like fucking around.
Yeah.
Like with all the other like it's kind of like a hub where all the other players join in, and then you just like
You
it's a
inspect
safe
people's
zone
stuff
and
and-
inspect them, and yeah, it's fun. So we were doing that, and I seriously Josh tried to. I think he said, "All right, are you coming downstairs now?" And I said, "Yeah, just a minute." Like 10
We were
minutes
upstairs
later,
for a while.
Are you coming downstairs, honey? Yeah, just a minute. I got one more thing I gotta do. All right, one more thing. All right, I got this one more bounty. Like one more thing. And I'm like, oh damn it, I'm already back in it. Like as soon as my hands got the controls back, muscle memory of how to play, and I'm like, and the addiction has started again. I'm like,
Next
I'm ready
after
to play
next,
again.
Next step after next step. Yeah, we're gonna be on that for a while. Are we playing tonight?
Okay, so it's been on my mind so long. We
That doesn't bother
might.
me.
I know we
We
might.
can.
I know
Let's
we
do it.
can.
Let's do it.
We're playing it so much that we're playing off stream. You even made the comment yesterday, like, isn't it weird that you're playing like off stream? Like, it is kind of a little bit, but what makes it
It's better
it's
for
better.
some things.
It's better because I don't have to I don't want to say act, but I don't have to perform.
you don't
Yes.
have
I
to
guess.
be. You don't
Just
have
be
to be
yourself.
I just be
Yeah.
myself. Like, I think I'm more myself here on the podcast than I am stream. Stream, I try to make a character. I guess
You have to be a
like
little
I'm
more-
me, but I try to be more
I get it.
yeah.
Emphasis on things.
Yeah. And then
Um,
when I'm playing and I have to get all dressed up and makeuped up versus playing Destiny yesterday, I was in my underwear basically just doing the whole gamer thing, eating
I mean,
Starburst.
Alex, if you put an inflatable pool, and you stream that. I mean,
she
you'll
doesn't
win.
like that. She doesn't like that.
No, I
It's
don't.
the hot tub streams. The
I'm
meta.
not doing a hot tub
She
stream,
doesn't like that.
especially not with the body I have right
You
now.
watching anything new?
Nope.
No. I watched Batman: The Long Halloween Part 1 and 2.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And?
I mean, I'll get more into that when we talk about the movie of the week, which is the Batman.
Mhm.
But some of it is ripped into the movie, the Batman, from this. There's a few other Batman animateds that the movie rips from, which I'll get into as well later. But yeah, I watched that and I was like, oh my God, I'm recognizing a lot of themes from this to the Batman. Then Alex and I are watching Attack on Titan, but we need to get back into it. We have to.
We haven't had time.
I think we just need to have it on while we play Destiny.
I know, right? I was just like, I don't know how we're gonna find time to play
You just
Destiny.
bring the console downstairs, and we can just
and play next to you,
each
just
other
like I
we just
did back in the day.
Yeah, like
how
we
we
used to.
we pulled the couch right up and
Yeah.
we just co-opted it,
Yeah.
or not co-opted, but
Yeah, you know.
dual screened it next
Well,
to
you'd
each
be in
other.
the recliner, I'd probably be on the couch.
Yeah, I know. I like playing it up here.
Yeah. But yeah, that's about it for playing and watching for us. But we have to get into a debate here that was brought up last week.
Hold on, I gotta do one thing.
Okay,
first.
go ahead.
Wow.
So
this up.
Patrick tagged us in the thing, and I gotta comment on it.
Okay, what is this?
What did he tag us in?
So apparently,
Oh yeah, I watched this.
yeah, apparently Stone Cold is coming back to WrestleMania to take on Kevin Owens.
Bullshit.
First of all, I didn't know because Sports Center
Yeah.
posted it, and they vet their stuff, so you know that it's real.
Yes.
So apparently, I didn't even know Kevin Owens was still in the WWE.
I guess so. He never
And
left.
I
I
love
think
Kevin
it
Owens. I think he's
was-
awesome.
Well, I guess he went
What
to
last week or
somewhere
a week before, where you guys told me that the headliners of WrestleMania
You guessed it.
is Brock Lesnar
And Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Same as
Nobody-
it was 10 years ago.
which nobody wants to see.
Nobody
No.
cares. Nobody cares.
Nobody
what,
cares.
What I want to do is just rip the WWE because their product is so boring now that they have to rely on a 50-year-old guy who's been out of it for 19 years, hasn't
They're
wrestled
relying
a
on
match.
the nostalgia factor.
That's exactly
You know
my
what's
point.
okay, Sting's wrestling right now in AEW.
In
Did
AEW,
you know that?
yeah.
That's so stupid.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be.
They don't
Well,
need to.
and they don't need him really because they got plenty of young talent.
They do.
Yeah.
But
Anyways,
WWE
Sorry.
is completely incapable of taking a young talent and promoting them, doing what they did all the years before.
20 years ago.
That they got to
Yeah,
rely
man.
on Steve Austin to get ratings.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's just ridiculously. Vince, give it up. Turn it over to Paul and just be done with it because you are ruining it. And not that I care because I don't watch anyway, but this is just ridiculous.
The product is nigh unwatchable.
Yeah.
It's like I won't even go back.
I
I almost did for the Rumble because it seemed interesting.
Yeah, and then I heard the Rumble sucked.
I don't even know who won. I don't even
I
care.
don't even know.
I'm gonna guess it was Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
It's what else I listened to a
know.
lot of Steve
We
Austin's
used to be into
podcasts.
wrestling so much.
He would get asked this all the time. You know, when you're gonna make a return to the ring, and he always said, "I'm not doing it." So he must be making. They must be paying him
There's got to be
quite a
something.
bit to get him
Vince?
to do this because he's always stayed in relatively good shape,
Yeah.
but I just can't believe he's in ring shape.
Who won, Alex?
Well, Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte won the women's.
She won the women's.
Yeah. God, Charlotte.
Oh, Brock.
Yeah. Okay, I was right.
Which is why he's
Of
facing
course.
Reigns.
Yeah. You know, that makes
My
sense
God.
because they're merging.
When
the
that
titles.
when
That was a dumb
Arrow
question.
came on my stream and said that, oh, did you guys see who's gonna be at the WrestleMania? Blah blah. blah. And I was just like, I
Who
looked over
cares?
at Brock and just the name Brock and Reigns, and I was like, shit's not changed. I was
Not
like,
at all.
nope, not at all.
Not for me.
Nope, not watching it, man.
Anyway, that is all I have to say about
Yeah,
that.
and that's okay. I'm upset about it myself because of the fact that they're relying.
We
on
were
a 50-year-old
so
man who's
into it.
retired with his neck issues.
Yeah.
And he wants to go up against Kevin Owens, who does pop-up power bombs.
I know, right?
Probably the dumbest
Jeez.
thing. Okay, we have a voicemail. By the way, if you guys want to call into the PTO Unlimited podcast voicemail, 224-225-5780. We do have a line.
What does
a
that
line
spell,
for-
Josh?
What? That's
Call
224 call
PT0.
PTO. So we're gonna play this this audio right here.
Hey, Brett, Josh, Alex, it's Brig. I think I have an idea what you're trying to get out and having issues with on the multiplayer versus AI, Alex. I think it's the fact that AI is pre-programmed to know exactly where you're at all times, and they're essentially aimbots. So when you're just playing it, it's just a death stare or blank stare at the screen. When you're going against people, as you've mentioned, it's much more rewarding, but that's because you outskilled them. And that they're yelling at you because you did better than they could. And even if you could see them in person, maybe shit-talk in person about it, just like you would couch co-op or whatever. So maybe that's what you're trying to get at. Maybe that's better wording. I don't know. Always great content. Bye.
Well, that was actually.
Thank you, Brig. That's exactly.
That actually makes sense.
That's
Okay,
exactly.
so it's the
oh,
reward.
Look what you did.
What did I do?
You did the thing. Now my headset won't work.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was messing with the desktop audio. That's probably what did that. Do you want your ear? Do you want your ears?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, use my ears.
So, discuss this, Alex. What do you?
So the discussion last week, what was it, bro? What was the argument?
Oh, I made the point that maybe it's harder to play Call of Duty on like veteran than it is to play multiplayer because it's AI versus human.
Yes,
know?
and then I had told you what?
I don't remember, honestly.
She doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Because
I think it's more of a challenge, and exactly what Brig said. It's more of a challenge and it's more rewarding to play against other players.
Well,
because
you can't argue it's more rewarding. That's based on a personal preference.
Yes, that's what I meant.
you bested a
For
person.
you.
You were
versus
trying to
a
tell
computer.
me.
you,
You were
it's
arguing
more
my own.
rewarding.
You were arguing why. You said I basically didn't have like a valid argument. You're just like no. Like you're gonna have to go back and listen to the show.
I
But no,
already
you
have. I think you're putting words in my mouth.
What did you say?
I don't remember.
You asked.
I said it could be what did I say? It could be that I'm better because I'm playing against AI, where you are playing against people when AI may not make the mistakes that
That's what you
people
said.
do.
Yes.
True with that.
True dat.
True that. But what Brig had said also is when he put this word into it, he said other skilled players.
Maybe
So-
they're skilled. Maybe they suck. Maybe they're like me.
Okay, but when you're ranked as high as I am,
Okay.
top 190,000 in the world, by the way. So with that,
hold on. There you go.
top 190K in the world, I'm up against some pretty damn good people.
I don't know how it works. I don't know who you play against or how.
I play like
they're
it's
measured.
skill-based matchmaking. So
to the point where Patrick and Rick get a little angry sometimes.
What are you ranked at all?
Oh yeah, I was
Oh,
ranked like
everyone's-
300 and something.
yeah,
So I was pretty high up there too. I don't brag about it. I was getting
I
to the
do.
200 somethings. I was actually like
you were working
285 when we
it.
got
You were
off
working
the.
it, yeah. I don't even
think-
want to know what I'm on.
Well, there is no ranking for people who just play the campaign.
I'm sure there is. It's
I don't
probably
think there is.
percentage, like
Time-based
completion or-
versus your. I'm sure you can look into the stats.
Yeah,
of
I'm
that.
sure that there probably is
Well,
because
There's
it's going to
probably
be
a stat tracker.
it's going to be completion for one. That's going to be one thing that
Yeah.
it's going to be comparable to,
Right.
and then how long did it take? Like
And the
speed
difficulty.
runs, and difficulties.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
So
I
yeah,
get
there's
that.
different challenges with both platforms,
I
but
want
I
you-
personally
Alex.
get more enjoyment out of kicking
Do you
someone's
like- do-
ass that I can.
Do you
talk
like a
to
story
How
though?
do you
But do you
know?
like a story?
How do you know you've never played a campaign?
What are you talking about? I
She
haven't. I
played
just
Tomb
played all
Raider.
the
She played Halos.
No, I mean you've never played the Call of Duty campaign on veteran.
I wanted to play at least the Modern Warfare campaigns. Those three.
As I
What's
tell
the one
you,
that I don't want to play?
You can skip No Russian.
Okay.
That's the one in the airport.
Yes,
which
I don't want to
you
do
can
that.
on
skip
the
that
original
scene.
versions, you could turn that off.
Yes, you still
cannot do it on the remaster.
What?
I don't think so.
Oh, well, I have the
Well,
disc.
then I'm just gonna hand it to Josh and he can do it. So
Well, all you have to do is just fire one bullet and then
Well,
just you don't have to do anything.
if you load up an old game save, you can just do mission select and skip it. Which that's how you could do it on the remastered version. Honestly,
I don't think you game share with us anymore.
I don't think I do either.
No, because we moved into these consoles. So
Yeah.
yeah. We'll
Brig
have to
said
find a way to
I was
play 'em.
top 198K the last time he remembered, and the rest of the squad is all at top mill. Josh's was at about 300,000.
Yeah. So we were pretty high up there when we got off the
So that's probably why people got like
PvP.
some of the squad got super
I
pissed
will
when we were getting killed
say
left and right.
that as far as finishing a game and the satisfactory of it, for me, it's always been when I've beat a Call of Duty on veteran because it's the hardest that I play.
Yeah, you get shot twice, you're dead.
Yeah.
Once you're in the red. Like
Well, so, I mean,
full
that's
red.
got to be comparable to like when Jake plays like VR, like when he finally completes a song on
Expert Plus.
Expert Plus, which
Yes.
is like insane, and I don't even know how the hell anybody
can't
can
do
do
it.
that because it's literally.
And that's a PvE thing.
Huh?
That's a PvE thing. That's not a PvP.
Yeah, it says yes,
So,
PVE.
That's a campaign like thing.
Yeah,
Where
so I mean, I
where you-
get the satisfaction of that, but I don't. I don't know. Hey, if you want me to play one, then you pick one of them. I'm not going to play
Modern
all of
Warfare.
them.
It's the best campaign.
The first one?
Yes.
Yep.
I own it remastered.
Okay. I will
Yes.
play one. What's the campaign now? Like 7 hours?
Yeah.
Typical.
Oh, I thought you meant one mission.
No. She'll play the actual
I'll
campaign.
play
Are
the
you gonna play it
campaign.
on veteran.
No. Probably just hard or normal.
Hardened would be.
Hard
Going to
would
play
be.
it
a
on
little bit.
veteran?
Do it.
I don't think you would like it.
You might understand what I'm talking about though if you did.
Yeah, but if you're playing it like, all right, so you played Modern Warfare on veteran when it came out. This is like falling off my head. When you played Modern Warfare when it came out, so you were constantly playing it all the time. So I'm gonna have some time to get used to the controls, going
It's
backwards.
literally Call of Duty.
It's the same.
No, and
What are
going-
you talking
No,
about?
so going backwards playing.
No. It's not backwards. It's the same stuff.
It's the same stuff.
Yeah, all the same stuff.
All right, well, I
You
didn't
know,
that.
Halo's changed their controls like 7 times.
Yes,
They
they
have.
have.
Call
I-
of Duty has stayed constant.
Pretty constant.
well, that's what I was talking about. I was not sure.
Sometimes they use the D-pad in the campaign more than they would in multiplayer.
Okay.
So that's about all you need to worry about.
Although I have never beat the entire Modern Warfare, the first one on veteran.
Really?
There's the in the very end, not the very last mission, but when you're in that missile silo,
Yeah.
there's one part I never could get past.
I remember the
Rick
beginning.
did. Rick got past it.
I
did not.
remember the big jaw dropping moment, and I want Alex to experience that.
I still don't know what you're talking
I'll
about.
watch that stream.
Hell yeah. We got a comment on YouTube. It says, Alex, I'm on your side on this. Aimbots are predetermined. People you can be defended and or outkill them. Oh my gosh.
People can be defeated or you outkill them is probably what he
Yeah,
meant to
more
say.
satisfying to defeat people, especially when us
But
foundations.
doesn't
get
that?
them.
I assume he means aimbots are the campaign enemies.
Because you can
If every single
trigger
one
it.
of them knows where I am, doesn't that mean it's me against everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Mm.
not. I don't think they're all programmed to all aim at you at once.
They are programmed to kill you.
Not at
All
once, though.
I'm gonna say at
Well,
once.
as they show,
Hmm,
as they come on screen and see me,
right.
All right. Well, no, we're gonna have to like.
Are you having an issue?
I am. My
agree
weight's
to
falling off.
disagree.
No, we're going to have to agree to disagree until I actually play the campaign, and then I
Yes.
can tell you, hey, you know
But
what,
I
Brett,
will
you
not.
were right.
And I'm not suggesting I'm better at Call of Duty than you are, because I could not play
Multiplayer, which is
even-
what Call of Duty is based on for the most part
Exactly.
now, and hopefully they'll bring the Modern Warfare 2. The
And I'm not
remaster
even
is gonna
as good at
have
the
it.
campaign as I used to be. I'm just
yeah.
reflexes slow down, and that's
why you keep playing.
Most pro gamers, are younger people.
Dude, okay, so Halo is in such a problem right now. Their co-op and Forge has been delayed even more now.
Yep.
Did you know this, Alex?
No, but
Yeah.
that just pissed me off.
I'm probably not going back for a while. Season 2 will have 2 new maps.
2.
Yes,
2?
2 new maps. New modes, King of the Hill, and
That's not a new
cosmetics.
mode.
No,
It's
no.
for Infinite.
King of the Hill is coming back, is what they said. So they'll have
They're not
new
coming up with
modes,
any new shit.
2 new maps, and
2
cosmetics.
new maps and King of the Hill. Whoop-de freaking
and
do.
more
Oh my
modes,
god.
More modes, like maybe Griffball.
All right. What is? Can you look it up on Twitch real quick? What is streaming better right now? MCC or Infinite?
Ooh, that is a good question.
Because I
Yeah.
guarantee you it's going to be MCC.
What's MCC?
Master Chief Collection.
That
Oh,
is
yeah.
a good question. Okay, Halo Infinite has 9.1K. Let's find out.
That's
Master
it?
Chief. Yeah.
That's it? Only 9.1 thousand people watching.
Master Chief Collection has 290 viewers.
Yeah, that's.
Oh,
what
really?
Yeah.
I thought I understand what you're trying to say. I don't think there's any way that.
But Halo
So people
Infinite,
not might be streaming it, but that's just people streaming it on
Halo
Twitch.
Infinite is by no means in the top 50
So
streams.
I mean, what is the top streaming like views right now?
Oh, it's always
Game.
just chatting and Grand Theft Auto,
Okay,
Elden Ring, League of
Okay,
Legends.
so what are those views sitting at?
200, 300,
1,000.
Is it possible that
on a weekday.
streaming a game is not always a good temperature on how popular a game or a game being played?
Well, that's what I was just trying to say. I was just like,
It
okay,
really
well,
did stop her from doing a lot of games from
It-
the get-go.
Well, we're
yes.
talking about Alex here. I'm talking about as a whole.
Yes, he's talking about it as a whole.
How
So-
do you? I mean, Halo Infinite. Maybe streamers don't play it, but that doesn't necessarily mean people aren't playing it.
Right.
Well, and that's what
Agreed.
I was just about to say. Like, I didn't mean that because he said only 250 people, and I'm like, they're probably not streaming it. There's probably more people playing actively
Right.
on MCC. That's what I was trying to get at.
Uh-huh.
They're probably just not streaming it,
Or
I
they're
gotcha.
streaming it and not a lot of people are watching.
or
Right.
that.
Right.
Because
Yeah,
you might find it more entertaining. I find Master Chief Collection more entertaining
it
than
is
Infinite
way
as far as
more
multiplayer goes.
entertaining.
Campaign-wise, I would...
You have, 6 games versus 1?
Well, I'm talking about multiplayer. And we normally play either
That's
Reach or
6
Yeah,
4.
games
yeah,
versus
We
1.
normally only play Reach or 4. Let me finish.
That's
That's
true.
not a lot of maps.
Yeah.
You're
said
talking about you, though. I'm just meaning in general for people who are playing MCC versus Infinite. You
And
got
I'm
6
giving
games
you-
versus 1.
And I'm giving you what I'm playing out of that.
Right.
So,
Infinite is
yeah,
boring.
right.
It is very boring on multiplayer. Infinite is
You
boring.
you
And the fact that you just told me that, and that they are only releasing two maps.
Yeah.
How many maps came with all the other ones?
You know what? I don't even
Within-
know.
within-
I had
within-
it written down. We
Within like the
discussed it when
first
it
2 to
happened.
3 months that the game was out.
Right.
Like, they only have like 3 maps right now that we're
Yeah.
rotating.
Yeah, we need to move on.
rotating
We need to move on.
Ugh.
Can't stick on this
It,
one.
it pisses me off. I'm sorry.
GTA 5.
Yeah, I
real
was
quick.
just going to bring that up.
Yeah, because we're on some nerd news here before we get into more we have a lot of Batman chat to get into here. So, GTA 5 prices and online is becoming standalone.
Yeah, just like Red Dead. Red Dead did the.
But you
Red
can
Dead
buy GTA 5 and get online with it, according to this.
You can buy Red Dead 2 and get online with it.
Right, but you can buy the online on its own.
You
Correct.
can buy on both of those.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Okay. So the pricing, PS5 is giving good pricing. Here.
Yeah, they are.
$10 for the first 3 months if you buy GTA 5. It's 75% off, and it's going to go to $40 on both platforms. So it's going to be $40 instead of $70 or $60. That's almost buyable.
It is, but it's
That's
still
unfortunately it is.
It's
Brett
still
goes,
an 8-year-old game that's been released for the
Right.
4th time.
Right. For Xbox, it's going to be $20 for the first 3 months, and it's going to go to $40. So they'll have it half off. So it's almost buyable. You know, $20
I don't
for
I-
an up-res.
Yeah, and if they released it with achievements again, I would consider buying it on sale someday.
Or I don't know if they are. That's
Um,
interesting.
I
Maybe
don't know
wait
either.
and see on holiday if they cut it down even.
That
more.
or
Ooh, yeah.
games for gold
Or
at,
that.
at some point.
They'll probably have it for a short period.
Well, and they did put 5 on Game Pass for a while.
So online only. If you want to buy it alone, this is crazy. It's $20. It's $20
Yep.
to buy online.
So you might as well just buy the full version
Right.
in the first 3 months.
Yeah, it's gonna be $10 for online only if you want to buy just the online and you're not gonna play the campaign. So it's really an interesting thing that they're doing. They're splitting it up like they did with Red Dead. I didn't see this coming.
The screenshot, I didn't think they were going to charge for it.
I didn't either.
The screenshots, it looks pretty good.
Oh yeah.
As far as the graphics from the first version to now is quite the.
Granted, Grand Theft Auto has
Up-res.
been
It's always
Always.
looked good.
Mhm.
every single one that's come out has always stretched it, and we're just tired of the same title. That's all we are. That's all it is. I'm just tired of seeing
Just
it.
bring out
gonna have
GTA
to-
6.
It's gonna have to.
You gotta try
until
Cyberpunk.
2026 or so. I did.
Oh,
Did
you
you?
did?
I
And?
said you
downloaded the
Did you make a
trial.
wiener?
I mean,
Did you
You
give
didn't-
yourself a
you didn't-
wiener?
When we were talking playing and watching, I don't think
yes,
you mentioned it.
Yes,
Did you?
I did.
Did you
Oh.
give yourself a wiener?
Of course I did. Kind of
I'm playing
dumbass,
as a chick.
Stupid question, Alex.
It's
You're
not a
playing as a
stupid
chick?
question.
It's a
It's like the
stupid question.
first question you should ask somebody that plays Cyberpunk. Did you make your genitals?
I got to go back to it.
I played the first mission and I was not impressed.
I don't like how swimmy it is. It's like this
it's-
slow.
I just the first person. You just never know. Like it worked for me in Far Cry
Mhm.
5, which I really enjoyed,
right.
but it just didn't do much for me in this. But again, I only put like 30 minutes into it. So
Yeah. I got one more thing to mention here for nerd news. Is really interesting. You ever see the Californication music video?
No.
It's a video game.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication. Let me go to it real quick. I'll show you.
We're going to get DMCA'd?
No, I'm not going to show it. I'm just going to show a screenshot. Californication. Yeah, here we go. So this is actually going to be coming to. Let me click the images here. So in the music video, you're like skateboarding and stuff. It's
Okay, so it
kinda
looks like Tony
stupid.
Hawk Pro Skater.
Right,
kind of
right,
thing.
right. So it's actually a playable video game now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, after 22
Like the
23 years.
music video is a
Playable game.
playable game.
Yes. So you're basically somebody actually made the video game for the Californication music video. It's actually a playable game now. So it's got like some SSX tricky stuff. It's basically a grinding video.
Huh,
Weird.
that's kind of cool, actually.
So I guess I don't know if it's free or if the guy's charging something for it, but yeah, the actual
That's pretty
music
cool.
video you're playing is
No, wait. Flea is the short-haired guy.
yeah, he's the bassist.
Yeah.
He's crazy. He's the voice of.
He's in Son-in-Law. Did you know that? He's the.
Is he the
he's
crazy guy?
He's the tattoo artist.
Oh,
Look
he
at this
is?
guy. He's crazy.
That's hilarious.
Look at this guy. You freak.
I love
Look at
it.
Oh man. So we gotta get into some Batman talk here.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? We got a few things.
I
made
on the
notes.
list
Let's
here.
do the fan question,
Fan
and
question
then we'll do
first.
the trivia, and you wanted to save the
movie
for
the
last.
end,
That'll
in
Oh,
case
yes, that's
probably
right.
people
Good
take
don't-
us
idea.
to it.
Guys, so
and
yes, don't turn off the podcast just yet if you haven't seen Batman. Well, we're going to be doing that at the end.
At
with
the end, we'll talk about the
spoilers.
Batman. But right now, we're talking about Bruce Wayne. Actually,
We're talking about Bruce Wayne, not even Batman.
We're not even talking about Batman.
Bruce Wayne.
So, who do you think portrayed the best live-action version of Bruce Wayne? Now, I went more with cinema. Some people are in the comments that I've seen on Instagram and stuff said they're talking about TV stuff. So I didn't even think about that in the
Kevin
photo.
Conroy?
So, yeah. Well, no, live action.
animated.
I'm talking about live action. There's a Gotham. There's an
Yeah,
actual
yeah.
portrayal of Bruce Wayne, and
Yeah.
I guess the Joker, if you want to talk about the kid, whatever. But I was more going for cinema. But in your opinion, Brett.
Boy, I don't know. When I saw you post this, I had to think about it. I think, obviously, okay, so Adam West played it in the movie and then the TV series. Michael Keaton played him twice. Val and George only played him once. Roberts only played him once.
Yeah.
Ben's played him twice, and Christian's played him 3 times.
Yes.
Mhm.
So I think from that, my personal favorite was always Michael Keaton as both.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Christian did a good job because I especially liked it in, I think it was Begins, because he's completely like just playing he took the advice from Alfred and he's playing the billionaire playboy
Yeah.
who's bringing 2 chicks in his Lamborghini, and then they're getting swimming in the fountain, and
that
then
he
he
just
buys
owns
the
the
rest. He
place.
just
Yeah.
buys it. So
Yeah.
I like that, but I always thought George played a pretty good Bruce, but then he was Bruce in a bat suit. He wasn't Batman.
Right,
Yes.
So-
right,
Wow,
right.
that was actually very good, Brett. I really liked that analogy right there.
Bruce in a bat suit.
Yes, I really
Um,
like that. He was not
That
Batman.
changes. That changes my mind on George's portrayal.
Yes, George Clooney is Bruce Wayne. Okay, like that's like that's.
I mean,
like,
Val
he
wasn't
kinda,
too bad either.
You could argue Val was almost the same way, not
as
Right.
George.
as George, not
Yeah.
quite to the same
A
extent.
little more dramatic, I guess. Okay, so we're getting all different types of Bruce Waynes here because George Clooney plays old man Bruce Wayne almost like the
Yeah.
guy who's seasoned. He's
Batman.
been
He's
been
seasoned.
through.
Yeah.
He's been through the ringer plenty
Yep.
of times. He knows
Is
what's
the,
next.
almost
Yes.
the Batman Beyond version.
Michael Keaton and Val Kilmer both play very tormented versions. I mean, Robert Pattinson. I mean, let's not beat around the bush.
We'll get to him.
We'll get to
him
portrays
yet.
Yeah.
Solid emo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Ben plays angry Bruce
He's just-
Wayne.
Jaded. He wants to kill Superman.
And Christian,
Yes.
if you ever see American Psycho, he's a clean, very well cut guy. That's Bruce Wayne on paper. Very well clean
I also-
cut.
Yeah, but
you
he's
know.
not who he's playing in Psycho. He's
No. Well, his portrayal of being a very clean person is what I'm talking.
yes,
about.
I understand that.
Being a
Like
very
but that is a
cut, clean cut.
completely different movie.
Okay, yes, I get that, but I'm saying Christian Bale did a very clean version of Bruce Wayne.
He
is what I'm
did.
saying.
He did a very good job being a billionaire.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So you're getting all different types, and Adam West, of course. I mean, his type was very gimmicky.
Comical.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of Adam West.
Yeah.
I've
as
just seen
Bruce
clips
Wayne.
here
I
and
used to
there,
watch it
a
as
couple
kid,
videos here and
so
there.
I'll always remember how weird it is. So it's always everyone's got a different portrayal of Bruce Wayne, and it's different thoughts of what you want out of him. A lot of people are saying one thing over the other. Myself personally, I think Christian Bale. The Dark Knight was pretty much a perfection of Bruce, for my opinion.
I started it last night, the 89 Batman,
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of because of this question, watching some of.
Do you think it's kind of weird that at the beginning, Batman just lets the guys mug the family, and then he doesn't even give them their
Doesn't
stuff
necessarily
back?
let him. He sees them.
Yeah.
He's up top when it happens.
Right.
For some reason, they climb to a top of a building.
Right.
And that's where he finds them. And you're right. He doesn't.
He doesn't do anything to the criminals. Just tell your friends about me.
Beats them up. What I thought was interesting is he tells Joker in the final confrontation that he's going to kill him, and Batman's always against murder.
Killing, yeah.
You know, and he doesn't actually try to murder him.
Right.
He tries to stop him from getting away, and that leads to his death.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Alex, who's your perfect Bruce Wayne for you?
So, I'm with Brett on Michael Keaton, and I don't know if it's just because that's my Batman. Like
Really?
that's who I grew up on was Michael Keaton.
Mm-hmm.
But Brett made very good points with Val and George. Val and George were my
90s.
My 90s stars that, you know, those, whether or not people say those movies suck, they still hold up, man. You know, you go around quoting those movies. Yes, they're awesome.
Don't
watch them as they're a great movie.
Maybe they were never
Yes, maybe they were never good.
Right.
But
they're exactly what they are.
Yes.
Set out to be.
Like George and Val, or mainly just George having like the one-liners pretty much the whole entire movie. So, I mean, George is, I'm trying not to do
the way it was written.
Yes. I'm trying not to place like George Clooney. I'm trying not to place George Clooney as Bruce Wayne. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like his like him as George Clooney as Bruce Wayne. I'm trying to actually think about like, because when I see George Clooney, I see Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
But Michael Keaton is going to be definitely up there. I like Val, but Val's just it's not a thing. Adam West, I don't have enough experience with to be able to say anything. Robert Pattinson did a really good job being the
interesting
emo
portrayal,
and I really liked the way that he did it this time around. But we'll get more into that later.
Right.
Ben, I've just not been a fan. I'm not a fan of Ben. I can't.
Been a fan.
I'm not. Ha 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 ha. I did not even realize that was a thing. No, I have not been a fan of him.
In his defense, he was never really in a Batman movie. He always had to share the spotlight.
Right.
Very true, but I still think just acting and everything wise, he's
angry.
Yeah.
I don't like his portrayal of Bruce or Batman.
It does nothing for me either.
No.
But he never got the opportunity, so to speak, that the rest of them did.
Yeah.
Now, what's beating Michael Keaton is Christian Bale. And the reason why Christian Bale is up on my list so high is because I'm trying to think the biggest thing that people talk about with Bruce Wayne is money and how he spends his money and how he can just like, he's a billionaire and he can do whatever the hell he wants with it. So I'm trying to think of when he's downstairs with, is it, what's his name?
Alfred?
Not Alfred.
I have no idea.
He buys him like
Lucius?
Lucius. I was gonna say Ulysses for some reason. I don't even know why. So he's down there with Lucius, and Lucius is just like, you know, Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne. He does not look at anything as money. He looks at it as like, okay, get it. Okay, get it. Okay, get it. Like cost is not a thing.
Remember when they're like, you know, we'll have to buy 10,000 in order to avoid suspicion. He's like, well, at least we'll have extra.
So, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like that. So I think that is why Christian Bale is up there for me, because he is the one on screen saying, sure, buy it. I don't care. Whatever. Like, and like you just said with the line, like, you know, we'll have to buy 10,000. Okay, put it on the bill. Like, it's not that big of a deal. So, and people at Gotham don't like Bruce Wayne because he's just a, you know, he just came into his money and,
you know, as I said, I
billionaire brat guy.
Watched the 89 Batman. I didn't even notice this before, but the very beginning when the mayor is talking and Harvey Dent's talking about bringing down Carl Grissom, there's an empty chair and the nameplate says Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
And I never noticed that before.
You didn't know that? Yeah, I knew. Yeah, I knew that one. Mm-hmm.
Well, I just don't remember the Michael Keaton ones as much. Penguin is very memorable for me for Michael Keaton's Batman.
The only thing about Michael Keaton's Batman or Bruce Wayne is that I feel like in the movie he is definitely more.
He seems anxious.
Batman. No, I'm saying like I see him more as a Batman than a Bruce Wayne.
Well, okay. The one, and they allude this in, I think it was The Dark Knight, where Bruce Wayne is Batman and the Bruce Wayne character is his costume.
Yes.
He is Batman. That's the way
It's
he
him.
is.
He's
and
comfortable that
he
way.
has to perform when he goes out as
Right.
Bruce Wayne.
Right.
Which is
right.
why I believe it was Rachel Dawes that said, I think there will never be a time when you don't need Batman.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So we got a couple of comments on Discord here. Got one from Arrow. It said, I have yet to see the new Batman, unfortunately, so I can't say Robert Pattinson, but for now I'm going to say Ben Affleck. So
Arrow is also 22.
Yeah, he's younger. It's his generation.
So he is. That is definitely that is a great way of saying it. Is like Ben Affleck is his generation's
Yep.
Batman, which is so weird to think about because there's so many good ones before it. But
Got Brig in Discord saying, I can't remember anything from any Batman or if I've even seen one all the way through.
Brig.
That said, let's go with Michael Keaton. He's a damn good actor.
There you go.
Okay, good job.
Quentin says all-time favorite is Christian Bale. And that's all I got for Discord.
Who said that?
Quentin.
Quentin.
Okay.
Yeah.
All-time favorite.
I've got some YouTube.
You got some YouTube?
We've got active YouTubers on right now.
Right on. Thank you guys very much for joining us.
Yes, thank you
live.
guys. So we've got my sister who said that if we're speaking specifically about Bruce Wayne, I'd probably go with Christian Bale. Going off of that vibe of being a playboy, high-class bachelor, my personal thoughts. And then she said, I will add that the portrayal of young Bruce Wayne on Gotham does very well.
Which I have not seen.
And
anything
I think
from
Josh and I have
Gotham.
seen like 2 episodes like back in the day.
But it wasn't Bruce they were showing. It was all about Gordon.
We
and
didn't.
his
Yeah, we
climb.
didn't get to Bruce Wayne at the time.
Not really. No.
My sister's boyfriend Mitch says
don't
Ben's
remember it.
portrayal. He's just adding in, but he said Ben's portrayal is the older. He's been doing it for 30+ years. He's dealt with it a lot. Context.
Sure.
So yeah,
That's
what
fair.
we got there. But yes, there was lots of answers on Instagram. that
I'm
gonna
sure
pull
there
up here in
were.
just
It's
a
very,
second.
very popular.
I was actually very surprised with how many people.
I wouldn't
were-
be. It's very popular, because the fact that Robert Pattinson's getting so much flack right now.
What?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Oh, it's all over.
Well, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay, we've got Zach on Instagram.
Shout out to them.
Says Shelby's husband.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Zach. He said Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Paranormal Pativity podcast says, since we're just talking about best Bruce Wayne and not Batman, I'd have to say Val Kilmer. But
Wow.
but got to give some love to Christian Bale and David Mazouz, who played him on Gotham.
Okay.
Okay, all right. So yeah, so he's
That's
talking
why I
about
was saying,
Gotham.
I've been seeing a lot of people saying that. So, kind of
Um,
crazy.
Yes, I do have more.
Lots more.
Okay, so we've got our friends over at Jersey Comic Crew podcast.
Which I just watched the review on the
Oh,
Batman.
all
from
right, so
theirs.
go over
So,
I mean, you guys are watching
Go to
us.
their
Also
YouTube.
go to their YouTube and watch
Yes.
their stuff. They're
They're
very good at breaking down all these little things, and
Yes,
like
they are.
they're very good.
Yes.
Okay, so
I want to see what they're going to say about this.
love a tough question is what they said. I'd still go with Keaton or Bale. As great as Batman, as great as the Batman, is not a lot of Bruce in it, and because he's only I can't even finish the rest without spoiling something, so I can't read the
We'll
rest.
be talking about that
Well,
here, here
we
soon.
will talk about it later. Okay, but they're saying Bale and Keaton.
Keaton, yeah.
Okay. And then we've got Terrible Terror podcast, by the way.
Shout out to them. Follow them on Twitch.
I think Keaton was the best out of the Bruce Waynes.
Okay.
Fickle Fanboy podcast.
Yeah.
Any of the bottom 3. So bottom 3, what do you have?
Oh, that was Bale, Pattinson,
Yeah.
And Affleck. Okay,
Mhm.
any of the bottom 3, depending on which stage of his life you want your Bruce to be in. Okay, all right, I see that.
Right, that's exactly what I was saying. Like, the stage of his life is different in each one. So.
I have to go to this. Listen podcast.
Mm-hmm.
They're newer to the show, so thank you so much. Robert or Michael, but best Batman though is Bale. So they can't make up their mind. That's awesome. But that's what I have on Instagram.
I got Facebook.
Okay.
One from Jeff saying, I grew up on Adam West in the late 60s, but Michael Keaton will always be the GOAT.
Keaton is getting a lot more love than I thought he would.
Because he's coming back, too.
He is.
I
He
think he's
is, and I love him
I've seen
more.
his Batman.
I love him more now.
I think so,
playing
too.
in not DC, Marvel.
Marvel. Yeah.
As Vulture, he is amazing.
They didn't even bring
He's
him.
such a
They
great
didn't even bring him
actor.
back
Michael
for the
Keaton
other
is-
Spider-Mans.
Freaking scary.
He is
He's a
scary.
great actor.
I think he's a good villain.
Is.
He's
I think
a
he's a better
very
villain.
underrated actor.
But yes, very
Underrated.
much so.
I think people are giving him
Well,
enough.
I
Well,
guess, but like you just
I
don't hear
don't-
Michael Keaton.
You
Michael
don't
Keaton,
think
Michael
about
Keaton.
him as a A-list actor anymore,
Yes.
even though I think he is.
I think he is. Yes, he is.
Because he's doing
He's
smaller
amazing.
stuff now.
Yeah.
So he's on TV now. Got a couple others. One from Amber saying Christian Bale hands down, and then another from the Tara saying Michael.
'Kay.
So good.
Wow. So I think
comments.
Michael Keaton won.
Michael Keaton and
Definitely
Bale
won that
are
one.
both
Yeah.
very much
Very-
head to head on that.
Yep,
So I
I
gotta
agree.
say I'm very impressed with a lot of people's responses. Thank you very much for everybody responding to us as well. It was a toss up for me. I really had to think about it. It was almost Kilmer, but then I really think that myself personally was Bale. So
Yes.
is that all for social media? I do believe that.
Yeah.
I think that's
Nothing
everything.
from Discord.
No, I said
already did
Discord.
Discord.
Yeah.
Do that?
Yeah. So you got some trivia.
I do.
Brett.
And what's
now
this
you wrote
trivia
this
about?
off of which ones?
What do you mean?
Which Batmans?
All things Batman.
Okay.
It was not easy.
So basically the lore of Batman
Yes.
in general?
But
Okay.
stuff that I'm pretty sure you're familiar with.
A lot of the crime bosses have come in more to play these days. I didn't think that they were that prominent in the animated series, but they were.
Yeah.
I just ignored them because I
Yeah.
wanted the more animated
I just
stuff.
watched the episode of the really fat guy who was stealing people for slaves, and Bruce gets amnesia because he goes undercover as a homeless guy.
Was this where he went into the sewers?
No,
No.
but that is one too. Is like a rat. No,
Yeah.
the guy had two alligators.
And he brought a lot of kids out.
This was different. This was a complete fat bastard who couldn't stop shoveling food into his mouth, and
You know what? I think.
Alfred had to fly the bat wing to get him.
What?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Wow.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we
so
should make the next question who plays the best Alfred.
okay.
There are a few, well, when another Batman thing comes.
So
That one's really easy for me, but
the rules here is give her a chance to answer before you pop it out, Josh.
that is always the rule.
Yeah.
That's always the rule.
Because a couple of these you may not be able to answer, Alex. In fact, I know at least one of them you won't be able
I
to.
refamiliarized myself pretty well, I think.
Okay.
So, let's
What
see.
was the phrase the Joker asked all his victims in '89 Batman?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Oh man, you're gonna bring me back. It's been too long. What was the question?
The phrase.
Or what was the phrase?
All
It
of his
is-
victims?
It is a question, though.
All the victims?
Yes.
Can I have a hint?
No.
If you give me a hint, it'll like slip right out.
Well, the first. What do you? What?
I don't know. Just
The
something.
first word is have.
All I hear in my head is "Have you met Ted?"
I almost said, have you met me?
I don't remember.
I
No.
don't remember.
It's what triggered Bruce to remember that Jack killed his parents.
Okay.
Nothing.
No.
Have you ever danced with the devil?
Have
in
you
the
ever
pale
danced with the devil?
moonlight?
Yes. Oh my god! I was like, ah! It's right there.
I'm sorry. Keaton's Batman is just out of my head. I don't have. I'm gonna try.
According to the comics, what is the name of Thomas and Martha Wayne's real killer?
Oh my god.
And I tried to avoid the name questions because I know you at least.
I'm not
struggle
really
with
good with
that.
names,
It's
but-
been rewritten.
you said
a few
this is by
times,
comics.
But exactly,
This
so-
is per
it's
comics.
different in 3 different versions
I mean, I could
of
say.
context. But
I
this is in the comics, of course, and it's in the Bale Batmans as well.
Oh well, I got that one then.
what the
Do you know? He was Carmine Falcone's cellmate,
Yes.
which is
I might say his name wrong, but is it Joe Chill?
correct.
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
I was not gonna get it. Yeah, I wasn't gonna get that.
I'm pretty sure you both will know this, but what is Alfred's last name?
Pennyworth.
Correct.
Yes.
Did
Yes.
you know that, Josh?
Yes.
Ha. Thank you
Okay,
for
this
saving
one
me.
is going to be hard. What is considered, at least I'm pretty sure this is true, what is considered the best episode of the animated series? It's talked about a lot when it comes to the animated series.
Talked
Is
about
it with the Joker?
He is in it, yes. It's a great episode.
Because I feel like I've seen this reviewed on YouTube.
I've seen so much of the
plenty
animated
of
series,
times.
so I'm only thinking about the Killing Joke, and that's not even a part of it.
Right.
But it has the voice actors. And I really can't think right now as far as which one's the most popular, but I would have to say it's the one.
Did you have one?
Man Bat.
So that's a good guess because that's the very first episode.
Yes, that's the one I
But
remember.
The
the
one
most.
that I see pop up on a lot of lists is I think it's called Almost Got Him, but they're sitting around playing poker, and each villain tells a story about how he almost got him, and turns up he's there playing poker as Killer Croc, and he busts them all.
Huh.
So
Nope.
it's really good. You should look it up.
I gotta watch more of the
On,
animated series. What is it
HBO
on
Max.
now? HBO Max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What powers Victor Freeze's suit in Batman and Robin?
Diamonds.
Correct.
Yes.
This is a great question, and it can be open to some interpretation as far as the answers go. Name a non-high-profile Batman villain.
Calendar Man.
Yeah.
Although he is very prominent in the Halloween one, the
Oh,
long
the one
Halloween.
I'm gonna say
one,
that's gonna
because
that's
they
gonna have to
think
be like a Josh
he's
question. I don't know
basically
any
Hannibal
hot
Lecter in
You
it.
know a non-high-profile Batman villain.
Oh yes, you do. Absolutely.
I do.
Yeah.
Yes, there are many.
There's very
many
many.
to choose from. Non-high
Clayface would be one of
So
them
obviously, I would say Clayface
because he's never been
Clayface,
portrayed on cinema.
Joker.
Joker's not considered
Two-Face.
high.
I'm listing what I would consider as high profile, and I think Clayface
Oh,
probably is.
Arch nemesis.
Okay.
Anything that's been
Um,
on cinema.
Ivy, Catwoman, Harley, Joker,
Yeah.
Two-Face, Riddler. Those
Right.
are all what I would consider high profile. So
Yes.
name one that's not.
Alex, think of Harley Quinn, like the Harley Quinn show. Those villains. Do you have one of those? Well, Clayface is one of them.
I'm gonna say it was like the big guy, the guy in the wheelchair.
Man in the wheelchair. Man, come on, you gotta have
I
a
don't
name
know
here.
his name.
What
Like
guy in
I'm
the
trying to think of.
wheelchair?
I'm trying to think of the show now with Ivy.
Well, now think of Suicide Squad. All those villains. Those are Batman villains, like Polka Dot Man.
Okay, so Deadshot.
Yes.
That's fine.
So there you go.
Deadshot.
He's now coming into the
What's
light.
the
though.
dude's name? What's the puppet's name?
The puppet.
Oh, Mr.
Scarface?
Dots or the polka dot guy or whatever this name is.
No.
What? The puppet.
What's the polka dot?
ventriloquist.
Guy? I don't know the ventriloquist. What's the polka dot guy's name?
I said Polka Dot Man.
Polka dot man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's Black Mask. There's Deathstroke. There's
Well, Black
Mad
Mask.
Hatter.
Black Mask was now in Suicide Squad, and Deathstroke has now really been brought in more. But I mean, yeah,
Mad Hatter would be right on the edge.
yeah, mainly because he's got more Disney push. But Mad Hatter hasn't really been shown a whole lot.
Ra's al Ghul, as Patrick said, you consider him. You could
Ah,
consider him
yeah.
right on the
Too
edge.
front though. He was too big. I think it's too. I think he's way too big for Bruce's story to be considered.
Okay.
Non-high
non-high
profile.
profile. He really drove
Um,
Bruce into a big.
This
thing.
one I don't know. You won't be able to get it, Alex, but Josh, you might be able
Well,
to.
screw you, man.
Name a tool from the Arkham games, not the battering and not the grapple or backclaw.
Not the grapple, not the
I
battering.
was gonna say spiderweb.
I'll go with the bat vision.
Well, I was assuming you're talking about detective mode.
Detective
you
mode.
could do that. I was looking more for a tangible tool. I was looking more for
There's
that.
the one that he does the freeze, where he freezes objects.
Well, it's not freezing. It's the explosive gel, I think is what you're referring to.
Doesn't he freeze it too? Doesn't there a freezing one?
There's a freeze thing that he can throw like at a vent and freeze it shut.
Yeah,
It's like an ice blast. So yes,
he uses that with the battering though.
yeah, well, he does. But there's also I would have accepted like the remote controlled battering or the sonic battering.
Dude, the Sonic one is pretty tight. The remote control one is hard.
There's
I
also
didn't
the
get that
line
one.
launcher. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It makes him fly from like across gaps.
See, I wonder if you would even like those. They're very Tomb Raider-esque,
I think you would,
exploring detective modes.
I
especially.
like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they're fun.
The guy is called the ventriloquist.
Oh, is he?
Are
Huh.
you sure? Because that doesn't sound right. I think the dummy had an actual name.
Oh, the dummy. Oh, you know what? Now I'm remembering. Now I'm remembering
He
the
was
episode.
like a gangster. 'Cause
Yeah.
he got all shot up, and
Yeah, he was small.
ventriloquist actually like had a nervous breakdown after it happened, or
Huh.
an emotional breakdown, I should say. One more question.
Yeah.
What was Thomas Wayne's profession?
He was a lawyer, wasn't he?
No.
he wanted to be mayor, so that was not really
He was a
professional.
politician?
I'm gonna try one more guess here. I would say
Actually alluded to this in the Batman. And
he wasn't a mobster.
No, they actually. So
Oh, he's a doctor.
correct.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And
All right, he was a
in
doctor.
Batman
That's right.
Begins, he actually talks about setting Bruce's arm when he falls.
Yes.
He's also got the stethoscope, and I don't even
Oh
think
my
about
god, that went right over my head.
All right, that's all I got for trivia.
it. All right. We're gonna go into the Batman.
Full
here.
on spoilers.
But
This is the movie
can I
club.
choose my movie this week?
Do you want to choose
Yes,
it
of
first
course.
before?
So that way people that if they want to
Do you
stop
want to
listening
do
to the
plugs
podcast
before too?
Nah.
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 People can find the plugs.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Guys, go follow us everywhere.
Yeah.
PTOUnlimited podcast. There you go.
I'll do it later. I'll do the plugs, of course, real
224-225-5780. Call PT0. There you go.
quick. Talking to Batman now. What is the movie?
The one Patrick suggested last night.
Tomcats.
Tomcats.
Yes.
I
All right.
think that's on HBO Max.
Okay. I will put that down for next week. Tomcats.
I have no idea
Jerry
what it's about.
O'Connell in it.
I have no idea when it was made. I just know it's called Tomcats.
I'll
It's
look
a
it
movie
up.
called Tomcats.
Let me look it up real quick, so we can get this get the
Synopsis.
synopsis out,
Yeah.
and you guys can have an idea of what we're watching.
Yep. I have no idea. I just know that he suggested it. And I was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to go with what Patrick said. I'm going to watch Tomcats. He's excited. He said Tomcats, baby.
Is this the one that came
Woo!
out in 2001? I want to make sure I'm.
Patrick,
Let me
wait.
see it.
What time did it come out? What time did it come out, Patrick?
Let me see the cover.
Well, the cover.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
guessing that's it. Shannon
Yeah.
Elizabeth, Jerry O'Connell,
Yep.
Jake
yep,
Busey.
Yep.
Okay, what's it about?
At the wedding of a friend, the remaining bachelors bet on staying single. 7 years later, one of the two remaining loses $51,000 in Vegas. He must get the other guy married to cash in and pay his debt or die.
What?
What the hell? Is this really? Wow, yeah, that's what I'm. Yep.
What's it rated?
R.
R.
It's an hour and a half.
I don't know. It sounds fun.
Came out in 01.
That's not what I thought it was. For
Me
some
neither.
reason, I thought it was like a.
Jerry O'Connell, he's in Scream 2. He's the boyfriend.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's in lots of stuff.
Well, Alex would recognize him from
Right.
there.
Just there's an Alex brain and there's you would also know him from this.
Jake
and this and this
Busey,
and
you would
this.
recognize him from Contact.
I know actually who that is.
Okay.
Yes.
So now we're gonna talk the Batman. Spoiler
comedy.
alert.
Okay.
Came out over the weekend.
Big spoilers. Big spoilers.
Big
We're talking
spoilers.
the Batman. Turn
So-
off the podcast if you don't want to listen to it right now.
If you're not listening to it, bye.
Bye. Bye. See you later.
So here's the synopsis. Batman ventures into Gotham City's underworld when a sadistic killer leaves behind a trail of cryptic clues. As the evidence begins to lead closer to home and the scale of the perpetrator's plans becomes clearer, he must forge new relationships, unmask the culprit, and bring justice to the abuse of power and corruption that has long plagued the metropolis. Starring Robert Pattinson, Zoe Kravitz, Jeffrey Wright, Paul Dano, and Colin Farrell. Rotten Tomatoes, when I looked this up over the weekend, critics said it at 96, fans 85%. What did you think, Brett? Take it
I
away.
didn't really like it.
Bullshit.
I'm
Wow.
serious. I
Wow.
was bored.
You were bored?
It's too long for starters.
3
It's
hours.
Way too long.
Just under.
I don't know. Like something about it is just it was not grabbing me.
Okay.
There were some cool parts though.
Mhm.
What did you like?
And I just read this today. The hallway scene was practical effects. Where
Yes.
they're shooting him and he's kicking their
Yep.
butts.
Yeah.
Kind of like Daredevil.
Very,
Yeah.
very. I see a lot of
That's
Daredevil.
exactly what I thought.
see a lot of Daredevil.
Mhm.
The car chase when
Yes.
he's chasing
Penguin.
the penguin, that was cool.
Yeah.
I do like the Batmobile.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
I like
do.
it.
I like it.
I like
It's
it.
raw.
Yes. I like it.
Pattinson did nothing for me.
You don't like him?
He just was not interesting at all.
Oh, that sucks, man. That sucks. I mean, I enjoyed him as Batman.
It doesn't surprise me that
I
Brett says
thought
all any of
Paul
this stuff.
Dano did a great performance,
Yeah.
but I could not see the Riddler.
I agree. I mean, it's not the same. It's very different. Like for the way that the Riddler is supposed to be is not this way.
Right.
He's more of an anarchist, and
He's a performer.
yeah, and like somebody who wants. Well, I mean, he blew up the city
Yeah.
in a sense. So
he's a bad. I mean, he's a bad guy.
I don't know
in
why
this.
you mean that he's not an anarchist in this movie
No, he
because
is
he
an anarchist.
totally is.
He is.
He totally. Nobody said he wasn't. That's
I
exactly what
think he
Josh
just
said.
said
He is.
Oh,
an
I just
anarchist.
assumed that's what.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. There were a few things where I was like, I had an issue with where they just
The fight scenes were great.
Yeah.
On every one
Yeah.
that there wasn't a lot, but in the times, I mean, we kind of the first one they kind of gave that away in one of the trailers, but he does not hold back when he was kicking ass.
right.
Hold back. You know, you could have held back that punch.
Yeah,
I
did.
did.
I don't.
So
I
I
don't-
guess I take it, Alex, you really liked it.
We did.
Yeah.
Both of us.
I give
were
it a
discussing-
9.5 out of 10.
You giving
I
the score
mean-
already?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Telling you how much I like it. 9.5.
I
And then you want to know what takes away the 0.5?
what?
The length.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna say some problems with this movie myself
Okay.
personally. I don't think Zoe Kravitz did Catwoman very well.
Yeah.
Costume sucked. Origins was meh. No real story
It's
for
not
her.
about her.
Yeah,
I know, but it
agree.
is about both of them.
I don't disagree with any of that.
It was kind of meh. Not a traditional Catwoman, but I mean, she did help a bit. She had a few good fights.
What do you live in a cave? It's
yeah.
cheesy.
She had to say that.
Her costume sucked. Like a
She's
hat
had
with just
had
a
a hat.
one over.
that kind of looked like ears.
I'm
cat
tired
ears.
of that. Don't be subtle. Fucking do it. Commit.
Like
She's-
Michelle Pfeiffer.
She's fucking broke.
I get it,
True.
but
But if you looked at her
you
costume,
can buy cat ears on the internet.
Okay, I understand that's not what she wants to do.
I get it,
look
but
at
if
what
you
she
want
did.
to portray
she's
something,
literally she's
a
doing
cat
this.
burglar.
She's doing the Selena Kyle thing from Michael Keaton. She is
No. Michael Keaton's committed to Catwoman. She did not commit to a Catwoman
okay. No,
thing.
I'm saying the way that all right. So she
Even
gets down. She
in-
hand makes her own outfit. If you actually like you know, because I do cosplay and stuff. If you actually look at like her on screen, you can see all the threads. Like she
Right,
legit had made all of this from scratch in her house.
If
yeah,
she's
of course
such a
she's gonna
cat
pull
burglar,
this.
she's got the money. She can get herself a costume. Hey,
She obviously doesn't
She
care
stole
too
a big
much
bag of
about it.
money, right?
I mean, she's probably hasn't. That's not the first time she's probably
That's
stole
not what
a big
she wants
bag
to
of money
spend
either.
her money
right?
on, though.
She picked that thing up like she owned it. How do you think you get so comfortable? You've done it before, right? So I have an issue with this Catwoman. I'm not. It's not going to take down my score. I'm still giving it pretty good. I would say Pattinson carried it for me for the Batman himself. It is confirmed that he has signed a 3-picture Batman deal.
Good job, because
So
I was
there will
hoping.
be a trilogy.
Sweet.
Penguin,
He's great,
Mind blowing.
pretty much who I wanted
and
to
it's funny
see.
because you can hear Colin Farrell.
So I didn't.
I could
so
hear
You can
it.
hear him.
I
I don't
can
hear
hear
him.
it.
No, I can't hear him.
I
So
see his eyes.
Yes. So Josh leaned over and he goes, after the first couple scenes of him being on screen, I didn't even know that was Colin Farrell. I didn't look up other than Robert Pattinson. I
knew.
I had no idea. Never looked at other than like maybe back when they first announced who was going to be on there.
Then you
I didn't
forgot.
want to.
Hey,
No.
If you're having issues, put your hood up.
Thank you. Oh, that works. Yeah, I had no idea that was Colin Farrell. And Josh like leans over and he's like, you know, it's Colin Farrell. I'm like, I looked at him. I was like, holy crap! And it's just to me, it's right here.
You
It's just-
forgot because I know that's been said before.
Yes, I said it's probably been said before, but I made sure like I tried to go in with. I don't want to like
You don't want to
cast
typecast.
typecast.
Because Robert Pattinson got typecast immediately. Oh, it's the Twilight
Oh, it's a
kid.
Twilight kid. So I was just like, nope. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna just be like, hey, it's not Robert Pattinson. It's just it's
Right.
Batman. It's Batman.
Right. I'm tired of. Okay, so who I want to see next is going to be. I would love to see more Penguin versus Batman. Maybe something there, and maybe someone new, something else. I'm tired of new Jokers.
Yeah,
We
that is Joker.
that
and
is Joker
the
confirmed.
Cell.
Yes,
And to me, it kind of sounded like Jake Gyllenhaal.
it's
Yeah,
not. Do you know who it is?
I did. Was it credited?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What was it credited as?
Let me pull him up.
Josh pulled him up.
I'll pull him up. You might have
It's-
seen him before.
I don't think Dart has seen.
I'm
him
glad
before.
they're going with a no name. If
Yes,
it's a no
it's
name.
it's.
I wouldn't say he's a no name.
I wouldn't say yeah. He's a no name.
Yeah. The actor is this gentleman right
Okay,
here.
I saw a story about him
Barry
today. Barry, yeah, Coogan,
Coogan.
something like that.
Yes. Let me open this so you can have this on our screen here. So yeah, this is the guy who plays the Joker. You kind of just see like his side face, and he's just kind of like there.
You see like a shadow of him.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. So I will say fine if they eventually come to it where it's Riddler and Joker doing something together, because apparently there's a comic about that.
Mm.
It
where they
sounds
come
like,
together.
because you know that at the very end when he's just like,
Riddle me this.
riddle me this, what's this? And the answer was like a friend.
Yeah, we need a friend, and he's like, he'll be a friend. So they're gonna become
Exactly.
friends,
Like
and then
I think
maybe
that
they'll
would be
become frenemies
so.
and compete for Batman.
Yes.
There's a comic about that actually.
I
where they
would
compete for
really
Batman.
like to see that happen.
So there is a killer that was mentioned called Hush.
Yes.
So this guy is Batman's
I-
arch that we don't really.
he's-
I don't know anything about this guy.
So Hush, I believe, changes his appearance to look exactly like Bruce Wayne, or at least that's what happens in Arkham City.
So you know of him already.
He makes an
Okay.
appearance in Arkham Knight as well.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring him up here so we have more of an idea of what he looks like. Okay, so he's got more of like he looks like Mr. X from Resident Evil.
Right? That's exactly what was going through my head.
So yeah, Hush. Thomas Elliot, is that his name?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. He attempted to kill his parents as a kid. Thomas Wayne saved his mom.
Okay.
Saved Thomas Elliott's mom. And Thomas Elliot hated his parents, apparently, or something. Like, the story about it is very...
So he was mad
I'm not
at
very knowledgeable of him
Mr.
because he's a
Wayne
newer
for
one.
saving.
I may have
his
just
parents?
said whatever happens to him in Arkham City. That might be not
What
the
he
whole
is.
story,
Yeah,
but that's
okay.
what happens.
Right.
Hmm.
So there he is, and that's him in the Arkhamverse anyway. So
Okay.
yeah, I'll say I'm very interested. He's all about guns, and he's all about the handguns. He's got dual handguns, and Batman hates guns. So
Mhm.
yeah, the Riddler was. I think he was good for being a psychopath. I mean, they
Sure.
needed someone to really be just as dark as Gotham is. This is the darkest I've seen.
Oh, yeah.
Gotham.
Very, very dark.
very, very dark. And,
Like the sun was never out in his monsoon season, apparently.
yeah, very much so. And they don't. And of course, you can pick out the streets in Chicago that you've seen in the Dark Knight.
Yeah, I
It's
know,
like,
right?
oh, there is a Dark Knight right there. There's the scene where they flip the truck or whatever. You know, you
Yeah.
see it. It's because Chicago's a great building city, and they use it.
I did not know John Turturro was in this.
I did. Unfortunately, I looked at the casting before we went in, and I was like, oh, he's going to play Falcone. Creepy.
Yeah, he was.
A little
very
weird.
much.
And I'm not a fan of that.
He's
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of John Turturro personally.
Okay.
okay.
You like him, Alex.
I do.
You like him in The Big Lebowski.
I like him as a comedy.
He's in that
role.
movie that you wanted me to watch too, and I didn't want to watch.
Transformers.
No.
Big Lebowski.
Oh,
Big
brother.
Lebowski.
Oh,
He's
brother.
also
Oh, brother.
Oh, brother,
He
we're
is.
out
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
And then he's also in Mr. Deeds.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's just I don't know. I like him in the comedy role.
I like him. I think
But
he's
at-
I
fun.
think he was
But, I mean,
awful,
he
but-
wasn't
yeah.
awful. He was definitely when he popped up on screen and he's supposed to be playing like a baddie, and I'm like, well, how's this gonna go?
I did wonder how Oswald fit into this movie when we knew the Riddler
Right.
was the main villain.
Right.
And
Well, because
I
he's
don't know
just
if that's-
there.
Well, no, he's
He's a gangster.
Carmine's
Well, yes.
right hand.
Yeah. Which
I
is
didn't
weird
know if
because
that was
Maroni
made up.
was like,
So in Nolan's Batman's, it was it was Falcone that ran everything, and then when he got put away, Maroni took over for him.
But instead, they were
It
competing.
was yes, they
and
were
so
rivals.
the Penguin's name's Ox.
Oz.
Oz.
Oswald Cobblepot.
Oz, sorry.
Like
Called him Oz.
Oswald, Ozzy, Oz.
Yeah, Oz.
Yeah.
Oz. So the movie ripped from The Long Halloween. And instead of Riddler on The Long Halloween, it's this murderer named Holiday who only killed on holidays. So,
Calendar Man.
but Calendar Man was the first person that Batman went to in The Long Halloween.
Oh, okay.
And Calendar Man was basically Hannibal Lecter, basically telling Batman, just think about this and
There's
directing him.
In
It was kinda
Arkham
cool.
City, he is in a holding cell underneath the courthouse, and if you go to him on like 9 different holidays in the year, he tells a story about how he killed somebody on that holiday.
The actual day?
Yeah.
Like if you go on
Like
Christmas Day and you go down?
your Xbox has like it's that holiday, and your Xbox is set up on the
Really?
time. Yes, because
Huh.
there's an achievement for getting all of them. So
That's
there's a hack you
cool.
can change the date on your Xbox and do
Right.
it all in one sitting.
Right.
But just that there's a calendar on the wall next to his cell, and
Mhm.
you can see the days are scratched out, and on the day he tells the story. Then
I don't know if you know this, but the Thomas Wayne running for mayor was also in Joker.
Yeah, I did watch something that.
So
alluded
I don't
to
know
that.
if they're connected or not. It's so.
I totally forgot about Joker.
Yeah. This is also they also show in the Court of Owls, which is another comic that the development fund was the honeypot for the riches of the corrupt. I see a lot of Daredevil in this, and especially the wide perspectives and the
I see
owl
that with
fights.
mixed with some John Wick.
The rat coming out into the light was an interesting take on how he's gonna basically he told him how it was gonna happen by looking at that maze that they used on that guy.
Mhm.
So grotesque.
Oh, putting the thing. It's like Saw out of
It looked
Saw.
like Saw.
Mhm.
Yeah, it looked
What
like
did you
Saw.
think of Andy Serkis?
I don't know if I like him as Alfred, but there's a different portrayal of Alfred this way. He's a bodyguard, not a butler.
Right?
Yes.
He's more of a bodyguard. He was there to
His father
protect
figure.
Thomas Wayne. That's why he's so bulk. He was a soldier, a bodyguard rather than a butler first for Thomas Wayne,
And he just kind of
Okay.
became.
he became a butler to take care
Well,
of.
it was more like the caretaker. I would
Caretaker,
say. I wouldn't
yes.
even say butler. I would say
Mhm.
he was more like just the
Well,
caretaker because
they-
he even comes out and says that
They
in the movie.
introduced a housekeeper
She's
Yeah.
more like
we've
that
never heard of
housekeeper.
before.
Right.
Yeah, which I
Don't
mean, she
worry.
played a very small role, and I think that's just
Very
to draw that line saying that Alfred is not there to be.
Alfred got plot armor. Damn
yes,
it.
yeah, he did.
What?
The bomb. Plot armor is basically where you're important to the story, so you're not going to die.
Yeah, he did.
The bomb. He should. Okay. Should he have died?
No,
No.
No.
no,
You don't think so?
No.
Okay. So you're happy with
Not
the
in
way
the
it
first movie.
happened? Okay.
no, not in the first movie.
I had no idea.
Later,
That,
yes.
I had no idea
Mhm.
that Martha's last name was Arkham. Did you know this?
Nope.
I did not.
I did not.
Was
I
that in
did.
any of the
I
stories?
have never heard that before.
That's
Now,
crazy.
in Arkham Asylum, there are things you find in almost like audiobooks
Mm-hmm.
or recordings or whatever that tells a story about Arkham
Yeah.
and the Arkhams. I don't know if that's anything to do with it. I've never listened to it. I'm sure it's on
That's
YouTube.
interesting.
But
Yeah.
that I don't know if that's made up or not for this movie.
I like the monologue. The fact that it's like he's talking
Yeah.
over everything. Like you kind of get like a comic book sense.
Especially does it at the end that happens or does
He does
it
it during.
Okay.
He's like October 31st. You know.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Like right when he opens up, and now here's an interesting thing where he was talking to Riddler in the holding cell, and he says Bruce Wayne. I don't think Riddler would ever give away his identity because the Riddler likes riddles.
And he's never named as Edward Enigma either.
No,
No,
he doesn't really
he's
have a
not.
name.
It's a-
Nope.
They do say it,
Do they?
but they use a different last name.
Where is it? Where is it? I had it written down here.
It starts with like an N or something.
Oh,
I had it. I had it on my notes here about him, about the Riddler being, something about the reporter being his dad. Where did I put this? Oh, here it is. It's heavily implied that the reporter was the Riddler's father on Maroni's payroll, or that it is a reference to Hush being his dad being killed by Thomas Wayne in a sense. I don't know how much darker they can go with Batman. I don't without it being super violent. Gotham was super dark. What do you think of the Gordon?
He was fine.
You like him?
I like him.
Jeffrey Wright is Gordon.
I like him.
I think he's pretty good. So Robert Pattinson used Kurt Cobain as a reference for his Bruce Wayne.
Love it.
Matt Reeves wanted to make Bruce more of a recluse and hidden due to his parents' death rather than a playboy. Pattinson is very similar in this sense. He is a very
Mhm.
private person. You
Mhm.
probably don't even see a lot about him on the tabloids or anything.
Yeah,
unless
he is a
he's-
private person.
Yeah, he's very private. Doesn't like to be recognized everywhere. So that's very similar. I got a lot of 7 out of this.
Okay. Yeah, I
And-
pick up that.
And
as well.
Halloween, where you got the perspective of the killer right at the beginning.
Okay. Yeah.
You have to look close, but in the mayor's house, the first kill is the mayor,
Mhm.
and then you see like all these newspaper clippings. They don't tell you this. Like I didn't know that Gotham was surrounded by seawalls,
And neither.
but you
So-
see it in the
It's
newspaper
just like
clippings.
Manhattan.
Yes.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
You just kind of have to assume that it's kind of like I base Gotham off of like New York City.
They
that's how I've always seen
actually
it.
say on newspaper clippings that that construction halted on the seawalls due to funds being cut.
Okay.
So they should have made that a little bit more prevalent.
You can't really see all that without really paying attention.
Well, and it's very dark.
It is a
I know,
very dark
right?
movie. It is a very dark movie. The original version starring Ben Affleck, was to have the villain be Deathstroke, and it was going to be prominently featuring Arkham Asylum, and it was going to be more of a James Bond-like film. So
Interesting.
Jonah Hill was approached to play the Penguin, but he did
No.
not like the direction the Penguin was, so Jonah Hill backed out and Colin Farrell
I don't
came
know
in.
if I can see Jonah Hill playing Penguin.
So that green drug that Batman gives himself for adrenaline.
I
I think we're going to see Bane, maybe?
well that I watched it. Did you watch the thing? The questions that IGN did.
no,
that
but I
was
know
part
stuff
of it.
about that.
It was never. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh, it must have been adrenaline.
Yeah.
You not really think that it's Venom, which is what Bane runs on.
Right.
At least
It's green,
some
though.
versions. Tom Hardy's Bane did not use a
Anything of
substance.
that. Nor,
But yes, it
yeah.
was green.
Did you stay after the credits?
Patrick told me I didn't need to.
You didn't need to, but there was a website that you
There
can
is
go
a
to.
website you can go
I
to.
did.
And
Mhm.
codes have been shown on this website. It's RATAALADA.com, Radalada.com.
Well, they talked about it, right?
Yeah. Now these codes, you have to basically go through a series of questions and riddles and stuff to get
And if
to
you
this
get so
part.
many right, like,
And there's these codes. Now these
Yeah.
codes all have references to different things of comic books. Batman and Gordon coming together is being referenced. Catwoman, Joker. They're also talking about the first appearance of the Riddler, Carmine Falcone's first introduction. Another one that was shown was that never was shown in the Batman, but one of the codes is Two-Face being broken out of Arkham Asylum. So it's being heavily implied that the sequel is going to have Two-Face in it. So I could see Harvey Dent being introduced maybe, and if they're going to go with that route, have Two-Face and the Penguin maybe be together.
mm-hmm.
Penguin be more prominent.
Yep.
All in all, I think this is a great movie. Myself personally, but you're not going to see this one again. You're not
No, I mean I would probably watch it again just
Oh,
to
will you?
catch
Oh, yeah.
things that I missed.
maybe see if you did like it.
Yeah, because you can't always go on your first instinct.
I kind of want
unless
to like
was
watch it with subtitles.
Super.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I really want to watch it with subtitles because there's quite a few places
A lot
where
of
I was
dialogue.
just like, yeah, there's a lot of dialogue and there's specific parts, like especially you're talking. There's one part that Josh, like you said that, all right, if you want to go for a pee break, like this is like the pee break time
Yeah,
or something,
yeah.
and and I think it's just because there's a lot of dialogue.
It was at the kiss.
Well,
scene
yeah, that too.
is where you can go.
I would watch it again when it comes out.
Just to see.
But
It was definitely
just,
fun to
you
see
know,
in the theater.
You always have to compare because one of the best theater experiences of my life is The Dark Knight,
Okay.
and this was not The Dark Knight. Now again, I was
I
way
did not.
younger, too.
Okay, for a theater going experience, there were some people who don't
You
understand.
guys got bomb called, right?
No.
We did
Bomb
Dark
scare.
Knight.
Oh, for Dark Knight. I thought you were
Dark
talking
Knight, we
about
got
the
a bomb
Batman.
call, yeah.
For the Batman, people didn't take the Riddler's character
Agony, seriously.
how they should have. They were laughing at him.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's not funny.
No, there was
he's-
no laughter in my.
There was
theater.
laughter
Yeah,
in mine.
there's
I'm like,
laughter
why are
in
you
our
laughing
theater. I'm
at
like,
this?
there's no
He's
reason to be laughing.
literally-
He's like in agony, like, and he's like
yeah.
broken and upset, and people are thinking that it was funny. I'm like, wow.
I don't see how people can. I don't know. People just don't read a room
Were
very
they
well.
kids? Was your theater
No, it was
full?
adults.
Yeah, it was
there
mainly.
was a couple of kids, but I don't think it was. I didn't spot any too young.
There were probably 10 to 12 of us in there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we had a full
Oh,
theater.
we had a full theater.
That's
Yeah.
what I just asked you. Was the theater full?
Yeah, it was full.
Yeah.
Yeah, not like not sold
crazy.
out, like, but probably about 5 seats like left.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
pretty close.
I mean,
was-
like it was
It was
packed. Yeah,
It was
packed.
packed. Not sold out.
I went later than you guys. I
We
went
went-
I went at
Sunday
we
night
went at
at
4.
8 p.m. and you went
Saturday at
Saturday
4.
at 4. So I'm not
Yeah.
surprised you're
Very popular time.
almost sold out.
So can I have my 2 cents on the damn?
Yes.
Okay. So there's a few things that I actually like. This is why I love having like a note as my phone because I could
You
just
kept on writing.
I just
stuff
kept writing
down.
things down because I was like, man, this is a long movie. I'm gonna forget.
Right.
So as things were popping up, and I'm like, oh, I should talk about that. And I'm glad that I did. So a few big pointers that I got from the movie that I really liked is how Robert Pattinson came out and said he talked about the bat signal. And I love how he's like, the bat signal is not just a calling, it's now fear. And how they show
everybody backing away.
everybody
just like
backing
they did in
away
the
like,
Dark Knight.
oh shit.
The
like,
Dark Knight did it too.
like how the bat signal is not just like it's not just a signal, it's a warning. Like, get the fuck out.
Was
You
it-
better
it's
stop
the
what you're
the
doing.
beginning of the Dark Knight. I
Yeah.
don't like tonight or something like
Yeah,
that.
man, I don't
Yeah,
like
I
tonight.
don't like
What are you,
tonight.
superstitious?
Yeah,
You got more
yeah.
chances of winning the Powerball than running into him. It's exactly
Running into
like
that guy.
Yes.
Is what the line
So
is, actually.
I will say that they did portray it very
So,
well because the darkness scares
I
him.
really liked how, if you actually looked at the bat signal, I like how it's not fake. It is an actual, like, they took a big sky thing and they, like, carved a bat into it. Like, they made it really raunchy and real.
You like how real everything
I
looks.
like how real this movie is. It's very realistic.
Cinematically real feeling. More real because you see Bruce Wayne mess
so they talk
up,
about, like,
or
how the
Batman
bat
mess up.
signal is a warning. It signals fear, and he said they're thinking I'm hiding in the shadows at that certain time. Like, are you the one that I'm coming after that night? And then they just show everybody kind of backing off, and like they show the guy spray painting, and he's like, oh shit, the bat signal's up. Oh my god, that could be me.
Yeah.
And then they just watch in the dark, like, you know, he's not there obviously, and you're like, but he could be. Oh shit, I'm gonna drop what I'm doing. Like, I liked that they showed what is going through a criminal's head when they see the bat signal, not what, oh hey, the bat signal's up, we're gonna see Batman, yay. Like, it's, oh shit, bat signal's up, that's probably for me.
The big thing is that I saw about the bat signal, you know, striking people's fear is, you know, they like that guy in the watermelon mask. What the hell was that? That
he was just
weird.
robbing the store. It was Halloween night.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true.
it was.
Yeah,
That's
it was
true.
October 31st.
And he said, I can't be everywhere. You know,
Right.
it was great. That was great hearing that.
But I
you
can't be
really
everywhere,
can't.
but I can be everywhere at the same time
Right.
with the bat signal.
Right.
So I will say I saw a lot of, and I could be completely wrong, but I noticed myself that there was a lot of personal callbacks to old Batmans, and it might not be 100%, and they might not have meant to do this, but I picked it up.
Which one?
So the first guys that he fights with the masks, or not the masks,
face
the
paint.
white paint on their face,
Yeah.
that shot me right back to Batman and Robin. So when
Mhm.
Robin is like fighting off those guys
They had
with the glow sticks,
They had
and
like neon paint.
yes,
That was
but
Batman
they have
Forever.
like Batman Forever.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
Batman Forever. So that brought me back, and I said, "Wow, those guys in the like I wrote down. They remind me of those guys in the fight and everything like that. And he's fighting to protect. Same thing, like except it was a
Right.
girl in Batman Forever.
Right.
And then the other thing too is some of the music. I think I wrote it down. There was some part in
They
there,
used Nirvana.
but it sounded yes. But if you hear some of the background music, so from Michael Keaton's Batman, when that kind of when Catwoman would come on,
Yeah.
that kind of eerie, like
I'm
kind of
surprised you
like a
remember that one.
violin-ish.
Yeah, the violin.
So that was in the movie.
I didn't see that.
Like
or hear that.
it's like it's very subtle, but I was like, you can kind of hear it mixed in, and it was like, oh my gosh, that brings me back to the Michael Keaton. So I started I saw those two things, and I started picking out little things that were like, wow, that's from this movie, that's from this movie.
Yeah.
I didn't write all of them down, but there was like probably 5 or 6 little spots where I was like, wow, that's almost like a callback to this movie and that movie, but it was all from like the old Batmans. I wrote down right here was thumb drive.
Oh yeah, the thumb attached to the drive.
Thumb drive. I thought that was pretty
He
funny.
looks up
It's
at
like,
Gordon like,
oh, this guy's
Thumb drive.
hilarious.
This guy's hilarious.
I forgot about the
So
thumb drive.
I wrote down one of my favorite scenes was I absolutely loved the penguin chase, like on like the car chase.
Did the
and
car die when he turned it on, or is that just like to intimidate him that maybe?
when he first looks over at the Batmobile and it goes and then like kind of like
I don't know.
yeah, we're not
Kicks
really
forward.
sure about that.
Everyone I asked says I don't know. If
I thought it was a
did.
distraction so Catwoman could leave. Because
Either way,
yeah,
he helped.
whatever. Either way, he helped. So that was awesome, and not just that, but just the acting alone from Colin Farrell being the Penguin, and because he's got all these prosthetics and stuff on his face, and he's still able to be this scary, crazy,
Gangster.
He's the Penguin, and he's like really good at this.
Danny
But-
DeVito set
so
the bar.
Yes, he did. So the car flips like crazy, right? And then he's upside down. And then he's like, he sees the Batmobile come through. He's like, oh shit. Like, I finally got, because he's coming through the fire. He's coming through.
Yeah.
But just to see Robert Pattinson, he's already beat to shit, right? So he just gets up there, walks up, and then you just see you see the Batman fear. Like, he did such a good job as he's walking up, and he's like, hey. And it wasn't like, because you see in the other Batman movies, like, they just get mad that he's still alive, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's not, oh, I'm scared of him. It's, you see that legit, okay, this guy means business.
Colin
This guy
Farrell did a
is
good job.
freaking crazy. He even says it, like, this guy's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, this is, it's
He's
crazy.
laughing at
And
him.
he's laughing. He's like, wow, this guy's like, cool.
This guy's insane.
okay, so what was the other thing? I wrote down no guns.
Yeah, the no guns thing is always.
So no guns, but I wrote down no guns. Yeah, it's all. Yeah, that's a thing. Like, why did I write that down? I looked over at you.
Oh,
Yeah,
because
no
he
guns.
maybe he used the shotgun.
Oh, he says. Oh, that's right. So he walks in and he's like, "No guns. That's your thing, man." And then that was a line that he actually said to Gordon, because Gordon, like at the very end, like they're like busting down the door, and he goes to like put up a gun, and he like tries to hand him a gun or something like that, and he's like, "No guns. Yeah, man, that's your thing." Like he straight up said, "This is Batman. Batman doesn't do guns." So I like that he actually said that
because Ben Affleck,
Didn't he have a gun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's holding the gun in the freaking Batman vs Superman thing where he's like, "Is she with you? I thought she was with you." He's holding a gun.
That's true. He is.
I'm not cool with that. I mean, I get that could be comic book accurate for some comics.
I thought.
But,
I guess like all right. I wouldn't. I guess I might be a little starstruck. So maybe I'll pump it down to a 9 out of 10 versus 9.5. So other than the length, I will say that I kind of got confused right in the middle/end-ish, somewhere in like the 2-hour mark, where they bring everything together.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of information all at once, and you're like, wait, who's Falcone? Who's Baroni? Who's this? Martha Arkham? Like, it's just like they just lay it all on the plate, like right there, and you're just supposed to remember everyone's names and how they're all connected. And
I mean,
yes,
I remember
know.
people's names.
You do, but
I
like,
understand that
when you
have
just
trouble.
throw it all, like, here's the plate, here's the movie, like, here's the plot, right here it is, and you're like, all right, we're just gonna continue with the movie now, and then like, it really kind of. I had to sit there and go, wait. What was the thing with Martha? Wait, what was the thing? Like, what? Her name's Arkham. How is that? It doesn't give you a chance to connect the dots, or allow someone like me to connect the dots.
You gotta be more of a hardcore fan.
You gotta be like a super hardcore
or
fan.
real,
to go, like, holy shit, they
connected
this and this and this and this.
Yeah.
Like, I had to like kind of calm down for a second and go, what? Wait, how is this all connected again?
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And my last two things, I thought that the villains are the ones that made the movie. I thought the Penguin did great, but I think the Riddler, you guys saying that he was okay. Josh liked him. Brett, you did not like him.
Yeah.
I thought he was amazing. I thought he was scary. I love the riddles. I like the fact that he was dark and brooding and bloody and like that's how anarchist. Like I like that Riddler, even though it was pushed into my head that the Riddler needs to be Jim Carrey.
No, yeah, they didn't go very traditional.
So there's Jim Carrey, the comedic Riddler, and then there's whatever's this guy
Paul
named?
Dano.
Paul Dano. This dude is freaking amazing to me.
I hope he's in another one.
I don't know him really from anything.
Well, I've seen him in movies.
And I think he has done an amazing job being this dark, scary
Matt Reeves
guy.
wrote this movie with Paul Dano and Pattinson in mind.
He does not give two craps if that person that he's strapped to or whatever. He does not care at all about human life. Like that's how you know this guy's a psycho.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what makes it so scary. Like, oh, you can answer all these riddles. I'm still gonna kill you. And he does it, and that's what makes it so scary. Creepy. But yeah, I love the movie. I thought it was amazing.
I'm gonna give it a 9.
I'll give it a 9.
Yeah.
7.
And I'm just gonna honestly, I'm taking this damn thing off.
All right.
It's itching.
It is time to
get
out of here. Yeah. Quick little plugs here. Alex, your Twitch.
Twitch. Hey, if you'd like to watch me on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/Q_Kitty, KUTE_KITTI. I go live on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings. We are going to be hardcore into Destiny right now. So I hope you enjoy that. We've already had quite a few laughs, especially last night. We should have streamed it because it was so funny.
Right.
By the way, they're hamsters, Josh. Hamster guys.
Not hamsters.
Yes, they're hamsters.
For me, twitch.tv/Mr. L, MASTERL. I'll probably be playing the same thing. You can find me on Wednesday, Thursday evening, and Saturday morning. I might be playing some VR stuff here soon. I've been a lot of people have been asking me to do it, so I'll probably be getting into that here shortly. Just keep an eye out on my social media. As far as our podcast goes, we'd like it if you guys hit that like button on our YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed to us, please subscribe to our YouTube and hit the bell to be notified when we're live on our YouTube channel. And make sure you guys are following us on all of our audio platforms and our social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Follow us, PTO Unlimited. Search us on there, PTO Unlimited _podcast on Instagram. Follow our Discord. We have our links on all of our audio stuff. You can find it now on our YouTube channel, on our About Us, on the About Me on this. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, it is @_Mr. L.
Brett_Wings.
Cute_key.
Final note, another shout out to Patrick for streaming Uncharted. He streamed on Sunday. I think he's doing it again tonight.
He's doing it tonight, yes.
I always enjoy.
He's getting a following, actually. He's getting some people that are.
I know. He said that
him.
last night. He was like, "Oh, thanks, bro."
Yeah, it's actually really good. I'm good for him. He's kind of like stretched into his own little thing. He does his own things every now and then, and he's actually got some followage for that. That's good. Do you have anything, Alex? No?
I have a final note.
What?
Gas prices, man.
Yeah, we'll see how that.
That's a whole other
gets
can
any
of
better.
worms.
Gas prices, man. Just got to say it out loud.
Discuss it. I don't want to talk about
Inflation.
it. Stop it.
Sucks.
We're gonna go.
On that note,
thank you guys.
save
for
your
joining
money.
us. Yeah. Save your money. Stay home.
Yeah, right.
Bye, guys. Catch you next week.